Okay. There we go. Alright. Oh, I'm a bit low. Let me just fix that real quick. There we go. Oh! Jump up a little bit. Ah, there we go. Right. Okay. So we're gonna jump into Touchstarved. I want to see what it is. I've seen a lot of people talk about it. So it's loading up now. I'm gonna unpin that. There we go. I do also want to add my body pillow, my new body pillow of my man, my perfect man. So let me do that. Wait, let me find it. There it is. Yes. I need my man. I need my body pillow. I hope you understand. Oh, look at him. He's perfect. Fuck. Okay. You don't mind if he covers you, right, Hellfires? That's fine, right? He's like smothering you. It's okay. There we go. It's fine, right? You don't mind. He's snuggling you. Okay, let me switch to game real quick. Ooh, I'm a bit low again. Let me adjust that. There we go. And make myself a bit bigger. There we go. That's better. Just had to adjust some things, but we're fine. We're fine. We're doing it. I also want to get rid of that. There we go. Let me see if I can load in Touchstarved because the game capture doesn't seem to be recognizing it. I hope this isn't one of those. Please work. Game capture work, please. I've got a window open, it's not good. Oh, there it is. Alright, we'll turn the music off. I'm one of those people, I do not like music in games. There's voice acting, but I want to voice act them. I'm turning it off. I want to do the voice acting. Music is very loud. Yeah, I just adjusted it and turned it off, so it should be okay. Oh boy, here we go. Touchstarved. I want to know more about this because I've seen people play it. Let me just move the. There we go. All right, I got you. I got you. We're gonna lock in and play some Touchstarved. Okay. Let's do this. New game. Streamers and content creators should set music volume to 0 in order to disable copyrighted music. This is a demo of Touchstarved Prologue and not the finished product. Thank you. That is so nice. I set it to 0 immediately anyway because I don't like music in games. But it's so nice that they actually put that there to make sure that we don't get copyright. Thank you, game developers, for thinking of us. Content warning. Touchstarved is intended for an older audience. It contains mature content that includes but is not limited to horror, graphic violence, strong language, alcohol and drug references, injury and dismemberment. Player discretion is advised. Remember that, everyone. That's your disclaimer. Let's do this. If you accept the content warning, please click to proceed. Yes. In Touchstarved, your choices matter. Oh no. The decisions you make may result in unique dialogue interactions or even choices in red text which contain exclusive content. Try playing through the demo more than once and choosing different options. You might even uncover a secret ending. And remember, there are no wrong choices, only interesting ones. Choose wisely and save often. I hate saving, but okay. Left click, progress text and dialogue. Mouse wheel up, rewind text and dialogue. Ooh, mouse wheel down, progress text and dialogue. Spacebar, hide the UI. Press space to bring it back. Thank you for telling me how to hide the UI. That means I can take screenshots. Let's go. Thank you, Red Spring Studios. Absolutely. Choose your name. Okay. Do I put my full name or just my name? What would you recommend? Wait, Coco, you know this game. What would be better, putting my full name or just putting my first name? I want to know what would flow better. Because if I... Do I put my full name? Or just Porphyra? What would you recommend, Coco? Lock in, tell me. Probably just the fur, okay. Alright, we're doing it. Choose your pronouns. Yes! More of this, please. Absolutely. Inclusion, yes. This world began to Ooh, okay, alright, let's do this, let's do this. The world began to unravel long before you were born. Ooh. It all started with fogfall. Spectral mist bled from the seams where reality was so thin it split. And from that fog emerged monsters, inhuman beings with unnatural powers. Some possessed language and intellect, others were Others were mindless beasts driven by little more than bloodshed. As unrest spread and cities fell, humans cowered in fear while monsters thrived amid the chaos. And then there's you. You don't know what you are, but one terrible truth is certain. You were born cursed, with hands that alter the minds of those you touch. Choose your backstory. Oh. Okay. You were raised as an oracle in a remote temple. The priest claimed your touch bestowed enlightenment, but a visiting mage revealed your curse for what it is. Spurred on by the mage's word, you fled in search of cenobium. You regularly experience unnatural premonitions that rattle your body and soul. An innate sixth sense gives you a heightened awareness of hidden supernatural presences. Okay. The exile. You were exiled to a life far from civilization. Your only kinship was with an elderly hermit who taught you how to survive in the wild. He lost his life in search of a cure for you, but left you with a final lead to pursue the cenobium. You're a seasoned survivalist, well versed in deciphering soulless behaviors. You've gained fluency in various languages and uncanny intuition for detecting danger. Ooh, okay, okay. There's a delay on my end, so responses may take a bit when you ask me things. I recommend low latency mode, Coco. If you can enable that, that might make it easier. An exiled Cenobian mage took you in as a child, raising you as her apprentice. She seemed to take pity on your curse, but discovered that she was cultivating you as a test subject. You fled to the Cenobium seeking a cure. You're an experienced spellcaster with an encyclopedic knowledge of alchemy, spellcraft, and history. With a little observation, you can identify subtle effects of magic. Ooh, okay, right. I like the Exile and the Alchemist. I like them both. So, maybe a vote in chat? Because the Exile I connect with psychologically, but the Alchemist I like because magic. I really like magic. But the Exile resonates with me personally because I've been homeless. I've survived in the wild, basically. So, magic or lore? That's the question. That's the one we have to ask. I want magic, but also Exile resonates with me. 1 or 2? Exile's 1, Alchemist is 2. What do we think? I'll wait. I know about the delay. That's fine. I can yap in between the delay. I can wait. think, Coco? This delay is crazy, by the way. This is a big delay. Is your internet just, like, being terrible? Because on my end, I've got really good, like, rates. Hey, book nerd. Hey, you voted 1? Coco vote. Oh, am I gonna have to roll a dice? Shall I roll like one of my D&D dice? Shall I do that? I've got dice here. Hold on. Oh. Okay, so I have some dice here. I have a few dice. Maybe what should I roll? Hey, book nerd. Yeah, welcome in. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Let's see. What should I roll? I don't have a d20. I like rolling d20s for stuff like this. There we go. There's a d20. Alright. I have a d20. I'm going to put these other dice out of the way. The delay this time is because I genuinely couldn't decide. That's fair. I get that. Alright. I am going to roll a d20 because there is a conflict in chat. Alright? Wait a minute. There's something on my keyboard. There we go. I like my keyboard being clean. So 1 is going to be if I roll between a 1 and a 10. If I roll between an 11 and a 20, it will be 2. Everyone try and manifest. I'm rolling now. I rolled a 2. So it's exile. We're going exile. There we go. I think we need to start rolling dice more in these chats. Start getting use out of my Yeah, the evening was great. We just had a collab with Hannah. It was super fun. Had a great time. I'm just gonna quickly message Hannah as well and say thank you. Thank you for the collab. It was super fun. I'm gonna send a little heart as well because I'm a little cutie. There we go. So your name is Porphyra. You selected he, him pronouns. Your backstory is the exile. Is this correct? Yes. Yeah, how are you doing, book nerd? How have you been? Ooh, look at this art. Ooh, the cell shading. Sexy. Okay. The wasteland stretches as far as the eye can see. There's nothing out here but death, the ever-present stench of decay, and countless sun-bleached bones cast like seeds across the barren land. I could say death doesn't scare me, but honestly, I'm desperate. It's been 2 weeks since I joined a caravan bound across the wastes. I need this on a cake so I can consume it. It's real. Finding a group that would accept me was a trial in itself. I can hide my hands and deflect probing questions. But sooner or later, people always suspect something strange about me. As rations grew sparse and canteens ran dry, tensions rose. Despair began to set in, until I saw it. Aridia, the city of knowledge, one of the last bastions of humanity left in the world, and home to the famous academy called the Cenobium. I see, the Cenobium is an academy. I thought it was like a holy grail type thing, or like an artifact, but it's an academy, I guess, of like scholars. So we're seeking a cure for our curse, and it's a city of knowledge. So okay, so this story is basically a mystery. Okay, interesting. All right, you got me. You got me. I like that shit. Let's do it. All the world's knowledge gathered in one place. If there's anywhere I'll find a cure for my curse, it's there. Okay, okay. That's so pretty. Look at the way it's drawn. Oh, the art's beautiful. Look how pretty it is. All that stands between me and a new life is a final stretch of salt-soaked wastes. Or so I think until I see the first tendrils of fog snaking beneath the wagon. Uh-oh. That's so pretty. Look at the trees. Is this fogfall? My stomach sinks at the very whisper of it, a silent storm more devastating than fire, dangerous in cities, but a death sentence beyond them. A thick blanket of fog engulfs us, snuffing out the lantern's light. The wagon lurches to a stop. An eerie silence, heavy as the mist falls over us. The only warning we get is a strangled scream. Stay back! No! The cry dissolves into wet gurgling. Then the wagon violently pitches to the side. I hit the ground hard, the air punched from my lungs. When I open my eyes, adrenaline lends sudden, awful clarity to the carnage around me. A trader I once shed bread with lies face down in the mud, their back reduced to long strips of torn muscle, gleaming gristle and exposed bone. Bodies litter the wasteland. I try to rise, but my ankle explodes with pain so blinding, white blooms across my vision. Only when my eyes finally adjust do I see the dark shape before me. Ooh. Ooh, do we get to see the full monster? Because this, I'm liking this already. Ooh! Okay. Hey chat, smash or pass? Smash or pass? Because honestly, guys, listen, hear me out. Evening's been alright. Trying to figure out how to write depicting vampire senses is giving me a hard time. Can I give you a vampire recommendation? Like a vampire lore recommendation? My favorite type of vampire is the ones that Derek Landy writes. So they are almost lycanthropic vampires. Stop shouting at me. I will bonk myself, don't worry. I've got it covered. So Derek Landy writes vampires almost like they are lycanthropic vampires, in that when the sun is up, their power is suppressed and they're weaker. And then when the sun goes down, their power is at full capacity. And what they do is they shed their skin, they rip their skin off, their bones crack, and they morph into these giant white alabaster beasts with 3 rows of teeth, and they're huge and they're quadrupedic. Is it quadrupedal? Quadrupedal. So they prowl on all fours, and they are just monstrous. They're not brooding sexy vampires. They're actual monsters, and they're 8 foot or 9 foot tall, on their hind legs. So that's my favorite type of vampire, because they actually feel like a threat. But during the day, they're just very attractive, graceful, unearthly people, and you can talk to them and have conversations with them, but you can't do that when the sun goes down. That's my favorite kind of, vampire. Writing vampire senses is a very interesting thing. I've written vampires before. And I remember writing a segment where a vampire was observing the room, and he focused on a dust mote that was over the other side of the room, floating past the door. And I focused on that because it showed his vision was hyper enhanced because he's a vampire. You could also say they sense the rain 2 days before it even comes. So the smell of petrichor gusting across the land because there's rain in 3 towns over. You know what I mean? You could say, it's gonna rain. How do you know? I can smell it. It's on its way. That kind of thing. It's a little funny to think somewhere along the line vamps went from monster to that's sexy. Yeah. again. Be sure to bark at Vera for me if I'm not back in. Okay, I will bark. Don't worry. I'll do it for you, but only for you. You only get that privilege. I won't do it for anyone else, okay? I don't know who he is, but we'll get there, okay? But yeah. Monsters are sexy, some of them. So for me, like, you know, Nosferatu, you know, why is he kind of... So yeah. I would focus on, like, hyper detail. If you're talking about vampire senses, focus on, like, oh, he noticed a dust mote on the other side of the room, and he focused on it. You know, focus on, like, tiny details. Like, he can hear an argument in an apartment a block over, that kind of thing. He can hear your heartbeat, that kind of thing. Senses are very difficult to describe in general, even with normal people, and vampires are, like, hypersensitive. You could also write a vampire with, like, overstimulated. That would be really interesting, because I feel like vampires would get overstimulated. That's why they usually isolate themselves in castles and stuff, in lore, because I think they are just so overstimulated by everything, you know? Just a suggestion, you don't have to take it, but that's usually how I write vampires. Let's continue with this, damn, I would smash. Would you guys smash? I would. He's fine as fuck. Let me just... Don't mind me. Screenshot time. A soulless stoops over the twisted form of a caravanner. I freeze, but it swivels its head. A dozen bulging eyes twist in my direction and blink as one. Guys, I have an exhibition kink, and he has eyes everywhere. Oh, he's fine. In that moment, I sense its gnawing hunger, an emptiness that cannot be filled, no matter how much blood and flesh it consumes. I'm into this. The soulless lets out an ear-splitting shriek and charges me. Yes. I instinctively duck to the side. Why would you do that? And the beast barrels past, vanishing into the mist. A horse screams in the distance. I need to move now. If the soulless finds another victim, it won't be focused on me, at least. Not right away. Head towards the wagon, run for the city. Run for the city. I take off, running deeper into the haze. The fog is so thick that I fear I'm heading in the wrong direction, until I see a dim pinprick of light emanating from the shadow of a spire. It's faint, but it's enough. I came too far to die here. Rapid footsteps echo all around me. I turn in circles, frantically searching for the opaque mist for the source, but the fogfall twists and stretches sound. Suddenly the caravan's driver bursts forth from the fog. Our eyes meet too late. He knocks me to the ground and slips in a patch of mud. The soulless instantly falls on him. Oh, he's so fine. It catches the driver by his throat and rakes his stomach with razor-sharp claws. He comes apart like wet paper, spilling intestines and viscera in a steaming tide. Fighting the urge to heave, I claw frantically through the slippery muck for a handhold. Shit. My hand catches on the jagged edge of a rib jutting up from the water. Bandages unfurl around the gorge torn deep into my palm. Ooh. But the pain's quickly forgotten when a hand closes around my wrist. Who's this? Oh, he's kind of cute. Can you stand? One of the travelers from the caravan leans over me. We need to run. They reach for my hand and I realize too late that my bandages have come undone. No, don't touch me. The sensation of their thumb brushing the back of my hand sends a shiver down my spine. All it takes is one touch, and in the space of a breath, my curse takes hold. Their lips peel back into a deranged grin. I've seen this face countless times before. This is my curse. Madness of my own making. The grip on my hand tightens until the pain radiates from my knuckles. Let me go! Suddenly, clammy hands crush my throat, choking off my breath. Die! 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 I spit bubbles at the corner of their mouth, flex my face. The edges of my vision darken as my lungs shriek for air. I need to fight them off. I have to fight them off. My nails gouge deep into the traveler's wrist, but no matter how much blood I draw, they don't flinch. Go for the eyes. You always go for the eyes. The more I struggle, the tighter their grip grows. My pulse hammers in my ears, slowing with each thudding beat. This can't be happening. I'm gonna die. And not because of the fogfall or the soulless, but because of my curse. Tears sting my eyes. No, no, no. Not here. Not like this. But then the hands drop from my neck. Leaving me wheezing for air, my lungs burn with each ragged cough. That reminds me, I need to drink some stamina potion for my throat. Ah, yeah. That's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. Okay. My vision clears, and the traveler's face takes shape, hovering inches from mine, lips still split in that macabre smile, even as blood seeps between their teeth. They give one last shuddering breath, then slump over the claws hooked through their stomach. Ooh, he's so fine! The soulless shoves the body aside, his glowing eyes narrow as though grinning. What? There's a flash of claws, red spills across my vision. I thought there'd be pain, but as I sink into the murky water, all I can feel is the grit of silt filling my mouth and the icy embrace of shallow water. I spot an arm resting among an outcrop of reeds, mine neatly severed at the elbow. Oh my god. We got Ethan'd. They cut a fucking arm off. Jesus. I should have taken both arms. Without them, maybe I could have survived. Maybe I could have had a home. Instead, I'll die alone. In a desolate wasteland. A fitting end for a monstrosity like me. Did I actually die? If this is death, it's not as bad as I feared. The cold is gone, as is the choking stench of bog water. I could drift forever, cocooned in oblivion, until all thought and sensation vanished. No curse, nobody howling at me in madness and terror. Nothing at all. The thought has a terrible appeal to it. But I take a reflexive breath, and air pours into my lungs, then out again in a ragged gasp. Feeling comes flooding back, warm cloth on my bare skin, a firm surface underneath me, a strange tang of sulphur in the air. Oh, mystery voice. I don't know what voice I should give. Do not be afraid. Okay. Oh, who's this? Ooh, he's kinda... Why is he kinda... I twist my head towards the voice. Tears flood my bleary eyes at the bright glow of lamplight. Try not to move. The voice is calm, steady, and commanding. Okay, cool. That's how I've been acting it. But more importantly, it's a stranger's voice. Did we get rescued? Our arm got cut off, so... Is he magic? Did he reattach it, do you think? One thought cuts through my mental fog. I have no idea who this is, and I'm completely at their mercy. Stay away from me! My words come out in little more than a creaky whisper. Okay, well, I'm not that kind of person. I clamp my mouth shut, hating how weak and helpless I sound. No. No? Who the hell is this? I should lie back down. I nearly died. I let myself slump back against a thin pillow, wincing when the motion jolts my head. Ah, a cooperative patient. Thank you. The words swim in one ear and out the other without much comprehension. I pull the sheet up higher, wiping my eyes until my vision clears. Ooh, okay. The stranger towers over my prone form. Warm light limns his pristine medical coat. I instinctively shrink back, and that's when I realize I'm completely naked. Except for a thin linen sheet. Naked, lying on a low cot, with a pair of sharp golden eyes watching my every move. The man's gaze flickers to my exposed, unbandaged hands. I plunge my hands under the sheet. Though it's too late, he must have noticed what they look like. Strange, cursed, inhuman. I brace myself for his inevitable disgust, but his courteous smile lingers. He just watches in placid silence as I struggle to make sense of my surroundings. Where am I? Who are you? Be calm. You are safe here. Whoever this is, he clearly has no idea who or what I am. I suppose the old hermit protected me as best he could, but that time was short-lived, a lonely reprieve shattered by his death. I've never felt safe anywhere, or with anyone since. I scowl, pulling the sheet protectively around myself. Where are my clothes? The man's golden eyes narrow slightly. A sharp sigh rustles the paper in his hands. I see you are not to be dissuaded. Your clothes were torn to shreds when I found you, but I procured replacements. Ooh, look at this. Oh, that's cool. I like the art on the wall. Let me have a look at everything. Oh, he has glasses. Okay. Interesting. I like his pestle and mortar. I have one too. That's very nice. I like that. With a soft creak, he rises from his chair, giving me a better view of my surroundings. Oh my god, you know what? I forgot to fucking tweet on Blue Sky that I was playing Touchstarved. Let me just quickly do that. Let me just tell everyone that I'm playing Touchstarved real quick. Let me just... Oh, the flash was on. Why would you do that? There we go. Okay. You guys enjoying it so far? What do you think of the doctor? Could you bump your volume up a tiny bit? Am I quiet? Ooh, my microphone's max. I could try to increase it. Let me go to properties, microphone. Let me bump it up to 5. Let me see. How's that? Do I sound louder now? Or let me see. Okay. Am I louder now? I'm doing my best. Am I louder now? Let me know. Perfect. Okay, right. Yeah. Because I have a new microphone set up and I'm not using voice mod anymore. My mic's in a different position. So yeah, thank you for that. I didn't know I was quiet, but I've sorted it now. There we go. I've just posted that I'm playing Touchstarved, so people know. And I've adjusted my volume. Let me know if I'm too quiet again. Because I can adjust it more. I didn't realize how low I was. Damn. Let me adjust it a little bit more, actually. Let me increase it a bit more. Because I am being quite quiet today. Let me see if... How's that? I feel like I'm a lot louder now. You enjoying the playthrough so far? I'm glad. I'm glad. I find it interesting. So far it's just like, what's going on? I like the backstory and the lore. I'm very intrigued by the curse that it turns people insane. It's very reminiscent of like, I don't know if you guys know Elden Ring very well. Elden Ring has this thing called the Frenzied Flame. And it's like, it's giving that, because it gives madness, like you go insane. And it's powered by the 3 fingers in Elden Ring. I won't drop too much lore because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But that's kind of what it's giving me. And I do like the story around the Frenzied Flame. So I'm fascinated by this right now. It's very interesting. Yeah. I do want to play Elden Ring on stream, but I need someone to carry me because I am terrible at FromSoft games. This looks like a medical clinic. Bottles of silvery alchemical concoctions line the counters in neat rows. The air makes my nose twitch. A faint whiff of smoke and something distinctly metallic. Oh, he's really pretty. Oh, he's so... yeah. Ooh. He is gorgeous. Hey. The doctor produces a large, dense bundle of cloth, which he sets at the foot of my cot. He's easily a head taller than most, and I have to crane my neck to look at him. Lore accurate, I'm 5'1". Like, if he's like... Okay, so my best friend is 6'6", and I'm 5'1". So it's really funny to see us walking together. But I'm at eye level with his nipples. Real talk. Like, someone who's 6'6", I am eye level with their nipples. So if he's like 6'1", I would probably be eye level with his collarbones. So my head would probably come to his lips. Like, the top of my head would probably be at his lips. You know what I mean? Like, if I tried to make myself like lore accurate height to him, I'd be like here. If like, depending on how tall he is. I don't know how tall he is. Can someone Google it? How tall is this guy? I don't know who he is. Coco, you know who he is. How tall is he? I should thank him. He's a doctor. He's 6'6"? No way. Really? He's actually 6'6"? If he's... Wait, if he's 6'6", that means I come up to here on him. He's taller than me even with my horns. Wait, let me try to match my head to his size as well. Hold on. There we go. Right, so eye level with nipple. That's how tall he is compared to me. That's crazy. Hey Titan, what's it like trying to take a shower? Do you hit your head on the fucking shower head all the time? My friend who's 6'6", he constantly complains about things not fitting him. Baths, showers, beds, doors. That's so funny. Wow. There we go. So this guy is 6'6". That's crazy. Well, at least I know how tall I am compared to him. I should say thank you though, because he did like patch us up, like, and he got us clothes. So I feel like we should thank him. I should be polite if I can, especially since I don't know who this is, what he can do, or what he wants with me. Thank you. Ooh! You're very welcome. I will leave you to get dressed. With a curt nod, he leaves through a narrow door. I hear a soft click as the lock turns behind him. When I don't hear any more footsteps, I reach for the bundle of clothes. An itch on my elbow stops me short. I reach down absently to rub at it and then freeze when my fingers meet a neat line of stitches. Ooh, he's back. Oh, he needs a name. We need to call him something. Oh, wait. I know what I saw. That beast took my arm clean off. And yet the limb shows no sign of injury apart from the black stitches poking through my skin. I gingerly flex my fingers, feeling my heart race at the sensation. This is impossible. I should be dead, or at the very least, gasping out my last breaths. Do I need the spray bottle? I got you covered. There you go. I can't help it. I'm a monster fucker. Leave me alone, okay? He's hot. I squeeze my eyes shut, waiting for the pleasant dream to unravel, to wake up and find myself bleeding out in the swamp. But nothing happens. The seconds tick by, and my arm remains absolutely healed, resolutely healed. My surroundings pristine and quiet. Damn. He must be like a sorcerer, like use magic. Because in Skullduggery Pleasant they reattach limbs a lot. Like Skullduggery himself has had like... Who was it that cut through bone? It was one of Lord Vile's... no, not Lord Vile. Malevolent? There's a character in Skullduggery Pleasant called Malevolent. He had 3 generals. One of them uses a cutlass, and it's a magic cutlass that can cut through bone. And at one point, Skullduggery was fighting him, and he the cutlass cut straight through his arm. And because Skullduggery is just a walking, talking skeleton, right? It cuts straight through his bone, and he just like picks it up with the other arm, takes it to the doctor, and the doctor reattaches it. And the doctor's like a sorcerer, a magical doctor. He does like science magic. It's really cool what he does. And he was able to reattach the bone. So I'm thinking this doctor is kind of similar to Ken Specklegrouse in Skullduggery Pleasant. Like science magic, you know? I'm interested in this. This is suddenly very fascinating. In numb disbelief, I grab the replacement clothes and begin stiffly pulling them on. They're thicker and warmer than mine were, bundled with a black woolen cloak. But there's one thing still missing. My bandages. The doctor didn't leave me with any, though I know he saw my hands. I slide off the bed and take a few unsteady steps towards one of the drawers. If this is indeed a doctor's clinic, there must be bandages somewhere. I start opening drawers at random, and of course that's when the door swings open. Are you looking for something? I whirl around, clutching a thick roll of clean bandages. I try to step back from him, but my legs bump against the cot. Your caution is understandable, though if I meant you any harm, you would know. That doesn't make me feel better in the slightest, but he makes no move towards me, so I quickly wind the bandages around my hands. The glowing scars and mottled skin disappear under a layer of clean white cotton. May I ask why you need additional bandages? I can help if you tell me what ails you. I doubt it. Travelling to Iridia was a gamble born of desperation rather than hope. Nothing has come close to curing my curse. And yet, my left arm twitches, the arm that was severed before my very eyes. The doctor's unblinking gaze follows my every move. It's clear he won't drop this without some sort of answer. The bandages protect me, and they warn others to stay away. I've tried every way of covering my hands, and this works best. Most people avoid touching me as soon as they see the bandages. An illness, then, or a less mundane affliction spread by contact. I flinch. He doesn't even sound surprised. And that's far too close to the truth for comfort. I don't want to glare at him because he has been polite to us and he has helped us, and I feel like that would just be rude. I don't want to be rude to him. I will decline to answer. Well, it's personal, and I don't really want to get into it. I have treated every affliction under the sun. I may have answers that you do not. An involuntary snort of laughter escapes me. Where would I even begin? Would he even believe me if I told him? I shake my head. I need to know more about this doctor before he figures me out. Who are you? The fucking vine? Wait a minute! Who are you? You may call me Kuras. Ooh, okay, he's got a name. Kuras. That's a sexy name, by the way. Kuras. I like that. Kuras. Ass. Okay, right. And where exactly am I? Iridia, which I assume was your caravan's destination. I can think of nowhere else for a group of travelers to go. Iridia. So I made it to the City of Knowledge after all. I should feel relieved, but all I can manage is a vague sense of increasing unease. How did I end up here? I brought you to my clinic, of course. You were the only survivor from the caravan, barely clinging to life. You needed immediate treatment. Which you provided? Yes. He says it so simply, as if I'm a small child and he's explaining basic addition to me. It's an osh? Oh, it's krosh? Wait. Is it not kras? Krosh? Wait, I'm confused as to how to say his name now. Probably should have sent you the pronunciation. Please do. Yeah, did you send it to me? Can you DM me? Coco? I'm in DMs now. Can you DM it to me, Coco? Kurash? Kurash. I want to say his name correctly. I don't want to disrespect him. I want to get it right. I assume you're getting a link. This is the real mod work. Getting me links so I can, like, pronounce the people correctly. The names correctly. Can you type it out, like, phonetically? I love that the last conversation we had was like, about shipping. I'm looking at our chat, and the last thing we talked about was shipping, and it came back to Homestuck. Kurosh. Kurosh. I need to move my hair out the way. My hair is so long. God damn. Kurosh. Am I saying it correctly? Kurosh. Is that correct? Kind of gives the fantasy reader fantasy audiobook from an alliance. Kind of gives the fantasy reader fantasy audiobook from an alliance. Apologies, that sounds right. It doesn't sound rude at all. I don't really understand what you're actually saying. Could you give more context to that? Fantasy audiobook of Foreign Alliance. Huh? I don't think it sounds rude because I don't understand it. You might have to explain it a bit more. If it's a joke, I'm sorry that you have to explain it. It's one of those, like, I'm autistic, please give me more context because I don't understand. I'm sorry, I'm just a little guy. Kurosh. If you find the guide, you'll send it. Okay. Coco. Kurosh, you got it. Okay, I got it. Kurosh. 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 Okay. According to Coco, I'm saying it correctly. Huh. Okay. I frown and flex the fingers on my recently healed arm. Aside from being a bit stiff, it feels fine. Thoroughly attached to me. There's a meme, a fantasy reader who can't pronounce names forming an alliance with someone who listens to the audiobook and can't spell the name. Oh. I don't know about that meme. But I get it. Like, that's so funny. Okay, I get it now. I get it now. It kind of reminds me of, I hate to mention Skullduggery Pleasant again, but it is a fantasy, so there's, like, links to this. But there's a few characters that people really could not pronounce the names of, right? So there's a character called Darkess, right? And when she's first mentioned, someone mishears her name and they think they're saying darkness. And that's like an indicator of what the name sounds like, right? Because the character was like, what did you say? Darkness? And they were like, no, Darkess, right? That's her name. And I met someone in real life who was like, oh yeah, I read Skullduggery Pleasant too. I really like Darquess because her name is spelled Darquesse, right? So they were reading it as Darquess. And I was like, that's not how you say her name. Her name is Darkess. And they were like, no, because there's a Q in it. And I'm like, yeah, but it's like... It's not like Queen, it's like a K, because there was a character who said it sounded like darkness. So it's Darkess. And they argued adamantly until I showed a video of Derek Landy talking about Darkess. And he says her name, Darkess. And I was like, see, that's how you say it. And I had to correct her on a few different like names in Skullduggery Pleasant, because there were a lot of people that she just apparently could not pronounce. And I've had moments like that too, where in a live stream, I jumped into it and I asked Derek how to pronounce, I think it was Kaysen. Kaysen's name is Irish and it's spelt really weird, right? And I messaged him and I was like, Google says this is how you say the name. And he was like, no, it's Kaysen. Sounds interesting, might look into it later. When I tell you Skullduggery Pleasant is a fucking incredible book series, I honestly, I always say to people, if you want a replacement for, you know, Shit K Bowling's books, you know, the HP books, if you want a replacement that's like LGBT friendly and is a really good like magical series, please go read Skullduggery Pleasant. It deserves more love. It deserves more attention. It is absolutely fantastic. I have a Skullduggery Pleasant tattoo. I'm locked in. I've met Derek Landy at a book signing. I showed him my tattoo and he said I was really cool. So the only person who has ever said I'm really cool that mattered is Derek Landy. I fucking love Derek. He's so cool. Oh yeah, Derek Landy got engaged as well. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? He's engaged. And his fiance is also an author, Laura Jordan, and she writes LGBT books like BL and stuff. I love her. She's great. I've had really cute conversations with her in DMs as well. Like, she's very chill. Anyway, let's continue. You're saying that you stitched my arm back on? Pardon? A soulless attacked the caravan. It ripped everyone to shreds. It tore my arm clean off. But when I woke up here... Healing such a mortal wound would be impossible. Either this man is lying or in possession of power beyond that of mortals. Neither option is particularly comforting to me. The doctor. Krosh. Krosh? Krosh pinches the bridge of his nose. He sits back down in his chair, quiet, for a long time. I do not know where you come from, but Iridia is the city of knowledge and deadly secrets alike. Information is power, and one should not give or receive it freely. Since you refuse to divulge your secrets, I will not divulge mine. I do not even know your name. I was just... You are new to Iridia, so I will overlook this specific breach of etiquette, and do not expect others to extend the same courtesy. Do you understand? He glances at my freshly bandaged hands. Loath though I am to admit it, he has a point. I'm a complete stranger to him, yet he saved my life. I take a deep, steadying breath. This time when I speak, I sound a bit more like myself. Porphyra. My name is Porphyra. It is a pleasure to meet you, Porphyra. Oh, his eyes smile. Gasp. Wait. Sorry, I just wanted the, wanted a screenshot. There's a little more warmth in his smile. Yeah, I noticed. His polite demeanor back in an instant. I'm gonna say thank you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for saving my life. I chance a smile in return, even if it won't explain how he did the impossible. There's no doubt in my mind that I'd be dead if not for Kurosh. Think nothing of it. I'm not sure if he's just being excessively courteous, but his words only raise more urgent questions. I have to ask, why did you save me? You don't know me. The question seems to startle Kurosh. I could hardly leave you to die in the wastes. Assisting those in need is the very essence of a doctor's duty. I've never met... Why did my screen just go black? Okay, alright, my screen just went black. That's strange. Okay. I don't think it went black for you, but it went black for me. Whoop. Nope. Okay. I've never met a doctor who also handed out free clothes. My fingers find the edge of the cloak. There's a subtle but delicately embroidered pattern around the hem. I try not to think about what price Kurosh might demand for such well-made clothes. No, I suppose not. Forgive my presumption, I rarely come across such a fascinating patient. I blink. What did he just say? What did he say? I simply meant that few would cling to life so resolutely, or brave such a perilous journey to Iridia. I could not help being curious about you, Porphyra. His voice dips to a soft murmur. He abruptly looks away from me. I kind of want to flirt with him. He's cute. You're pretty curious yourself. Am I? Ooh! Giggle, kicks feet, points left, points right. Okay, I'm fine. I'm gonna have some stamina potion. Oh. Am I? Well, I haven't forgotten about my arm. I wiggle my intact fingers at him. Clearly not. But you haven't asked me for any payment either. I require none from you. Travelers do not have an abundance of coin, and leaving you destitute in a strange place would be unethical. Found the guide. Let's go. Let me see. Ooh, it's on Tumblr. Kurosh. 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 Okay. Okay. Thank you. So, Kurosh, Min, Veer, Ace, Leander. Okay, right, cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Much appreciate. Thank you. Could we just appreciate Coco coming in clutch? Thank you. Pet the mods. Thank you, Coco. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I fall silent, unsure of what to say. Nobody would help a horror like me for free. There has to be some kind of catch or trick, right? You cute little emojis. A loud knock at the front door stops our conversation cold and spares me from having to say anything else. Duty calls. Unfortunately, you're not my only patient today. The knocking grows more insistent, and Kurosh lets out a tired sigh. Please wait. Though he says it quietly, the clamour on the other side of the door abruptly stops. Do you need anything before you leave, Porphyra? Oh! Between the soulless attack and my miraculous survival, I'd almost forgotten why I came to Iridia in the first place. I need directions to the Cenobium. The Cenobium. The look on his face is downright chilling. He pauses, choosing his words with cold deliberation when he speaks again. Whatever you seek, it is very unlikely you will find it there. The Cenobian's gates open for precious few visitors, and even if they opened for you, you would not like what you found inside. Oh? My heart sinks. Is he saying I came all this way for nothing? Risked life and limb for nothing? No, that can't be. I've only just arrived. And Iridia is the largest city still standing. There has to be a cure for me here. Then if not the Cenobium, where would you suggest? Do you know anyone else in Iridia? I shake my head. Then I suggest a local guide. Head to the Wetwick and ask for Leander, the leader of the Adderstone. Excuse me, the wet what? The Wetwick. He sounds deeply unamused. Follow the Adderstone postings, they're difficult to miss. And when you meet Leander, tell him I sent you. That isn't much to go on, but Kurosh points towards the back door. You'll be safe so long as you do not draw attention to yourself. That's easier said than done. I've always been a magnet for the worst sort of attention. If you require my assistance, you may return whenever you wish. Oh, that's nice, thank you. Though he's smiling, there's a note of finality in his voice, resigned to my dismissal. I slip out the back door. Okay. I find myself standing in a narrow and rather gloomy alley. I pull the new cloak up over my nose, stepping over the contents of emptied chamber pots. Ew. Do you know what a chamber pot is? It's a toilet. Something weighs heavily inside one of the cloak's pockets. My coin purse. Every last coin that I'd scraped together for the journey to Iridia is still inside. The purse doesn't even look like it was opened. There were so few coins to begin with, they probably weren't worth stealing. I glanced back at the clinic's closed door. Kurosh didn't take any payment. He didn't even ask for a future favor. But he also said that in Iridia, a secret is a power. Does he expect me to give up mine at some point? That's not exactly a comforting thought. Still, no matter why he did it, Kurosh gave me a second chance and a lead on where I might find help. Let's go to the Wetwick. I better get going before he changes his mind. I squeeze out of the alley and into the crowded main street. The line outside Kurosh's clinic stretches down the road. Two thin peddlers queue alongside weathered elders. If any place is in desperate need of a free clinic, it's this one. The cobblestones are treacherously rough under my feet, deep grooves worn between them by regular flooding and decades of hard use. I knew Iridia was a river city, but I didn't expect it to look so eroded. So it floods? Interesting. You know, I grew up in a town that flooded quite often as well. Like, right next to marshland. I grew up in a seaside town. and I was right by the sea, and there was this big marshland that I lived next to, and it would flood all the time. And sometimes it would come onto like my street because it was like directly next to the marshland. Like I would walk for like maybe 30 seconds to a minute, and I'd be on marshland from my front door. And sometimes it would like the water would rise so much because obviously it's England. It rains, and it would like rise really high, and it would like end up coming up to our door. We had sandbags to keep it out. It was crazy. It never rose too high though. It was only like maybe to like just below the ankles is the highest it would rise. But yeah, I know what it's like living in a place that floods often. Like, I remember we got a massive flood warning when I was like 13, and I had to you're about to get some law drop. I had to push a refrigerator up a flight of stairs at 13 years old. And this is a full standing fridge freezer, okay? This is like a 5'5" fridge freezer. I was 13, by the way, so I was like 4'9", 4'8", pushing this fridge up a flight of stairs. Don't ever tell me I wasn't the strong kid. That flood warning was crazy, though. We had to move all of the furniture upstairs. It was a good flood warning, though, because we did get water in the house. Strong, yeah. Well, I pushed the fridge up the stairs. My stepdad pushed the washing machine up and the tumble dryer up. And I pushed the sofa as well. The sofa was actually easier to push up than the fridge. But yeah, we got all the furniture upstairs because we had a spare bedroom. So I moved all of my furniture into the tiny bedroom because I originally had the biggest room. I moved it all to the tiny room. And then the biggest room, we pushed like all of the furniture in. So our living room and kitchen basically moved into that room. And also we moved the cat stuff, because like the litter tray and everything was in the downstairs bathroom. We moved that up to my room, so I had the cat in my bedroom. I had a childhood cat. She was so cute. I love her so much. I miss her. She died 1 month before her 20th birthday. She lived for a very long time for a cat. But yeah, I'm very familiar with flooding. I live in an area that floods a lot, but luckily I'm in an apartment. Because, you know, the second circle, yeah, immersion. The second circle floods sometimes, I guess. The buildings are tired and dilapidated, all crammed together in narrow streets. Yeah, sounds like England. A child darts by, clutching something greasy wrapped in paper. The smell of fried food drifts over to me. My stomach gives a faint gurgle. This morning's catch, fried up, hot and fresh, not too many eyeballs today. Fog-mutated catch is always a gamble, but beggars can't be choosers. I duck under the store's grubby awning. A large fish leers up at me, its 3 bulging eyes still visible through the thick layer of crispy batter. The vendor gives me a gap-toothed grin. What's the cheapest thing you got? The vendor points at a metal basket of what looks like long strips of savoury fried dough. Fresh long, lads. 3 copper apiece. Don't burn your mouth. I take the coins out, counting them gingerly. At this rate, I might not even be able to afford dinner. Reluctantly, I drop the payment on the counter and take my meal. 2 streets later, I pass under a wrought iron archway adorned with dangling garlands of red and pink lilies. This is gorgeous. This is so pretty. The art is incredible. Let me just... yeah, there we go. The buildings in this quarter are a dizzying riot of colour, painted walls, and tinted glass everywhere I look. We need to normalize stained glass, by the way. It's not just for churches. Stained glass is pretty. Sheer red and pink curtains flutter in open doorways. Musical voices call out invitingly. Incense mingles with the pungent scent of flowers, barely covering the salt and musk of warm bodies. This must be Iridia's entertainment district. I'm polishing off my food and dusting the crumbs from my hands when I spot a poster. It features the silhouette of a smiling man wearing a single dagger-like earring, and the words, "The Adderstone," printed above his head. If Leander is the leader of the Adderstone, then the face printed on the poster is likely his. I followed the line of identical posters around a corner and nearly hit my head on a precariously dangling wooden sign. Looking up, faded orange letters read, "The Wet Wick." "We are here! We have arrived!" The facade of the building looks like it's seen better days, but I hear faint music and laughter coming from inside. Ooh, let's go in. Let's go in. Ooh, this is pretty. Wait, let me... It's not even midday, yet the Wet Wick is packed. A loose collection of Iridian's crowd at the bar, taking up the tables and gathering the spaces between. They speak amongst each other in hushed voices, their faces drawn and grave. Seeing so many bodies packed into such a small dim space is disconcerting, all the more reason to find Leander quickly. A cursory glance doesn't turn up anyone with a dagger-shaped earring, and I'm considering searching the bar when a loud voice carries across the room. Probably one of my favorite environments. It's very pretty. Like, it's super, super pretty. I don't know what kind of voice this is, so it's probably going to change if I find out who's speaking. "Now, I'm no prior or curator. I'm not much for paperwork or pencil pushing. And honestly, I don't even think those robes come in my size." I crane my neck, but the crowd is too dense for me to see the speaker. "Gather around. I want to show you all something." There's no time to move out of the way. The audience surges towards the center of the room in a sudden torrent. I'm caught and swept along with them. "Hey!" The clatter of falling chairs and tables being shoved aside drowns out my complaints. I thrash and throw out my elbows as heavy bodies press into mine. My hip knocks into a table. I grip it, holding on tight to steady myself. But the crowd has stilled. A pair of gilded boots stride across the tabletop. Titties. Okay. If you want nothing but guidelines, impractical policies, and needless bureaucracy, you know where to go. I drag my eyes upward. Oh. Oh. Hi. Hi there. A man towers on the table in front of me, arms spread as he addresses his rapt audience. Oh, he's so pretty. The scar, too. But I'm not going to wait for word from on high. His impassioned words provoke nods and excited whispers. But nothing is as captivating as his brilliant smile. He beams at the crowd around him. A performer on his makeshift stage. This one's 6'2", apparently. Jesus. He is literally over a foot taller than me. And unlike those clerics, I don't need the abbess's approval to cast a spell or two. As he raises his hands above the audience, the dagger-shaped earring dangling from his left ear catches the light in a flash of gold. Do you fucking mind, brother? Driving past my fucking house so loud? What the fuck? Come on now. As he raises his hands above the audience, the dagger-shaped earring dangling from his left ear catches the light in a flash of gold. Stop collecting fictional husband challenge impossible. I can't help it. They're all so pretty. I want them. Oh, I'm collecting them like Pokemon. It seems I've found Leander. These are our streets. We make our own luck here. He snaps, and a flash of pale green light erupts from his hands. Ooh, pretty. Oh. Oh, that's gorgeous. He's making lilies. Oh, oh no. I think I like him. Oh no. And he's a fucking showboat. Oh my god, the potential. With a flick of his wrist, Leander conjures a ribbon of glittering light. A delicate flower stem sprouts from between his pinched fingers. One by one, glowing lily petals unfurl. I love lilies. Okay. I'm fine, I swear. Leander raises the flowers with a flourish, and the bar bursts into clapping and cheers. A magic demonstration was the last thing I expected from a place called the Wetwick. Leander plucks the shimmering flowers out of the air and turns in a slow circle. Now, who could use some good luck? Eager onlookers scoot closer to the table, but Leander's cool green eyes slide right over them and lock onto me instead. How about you? My chest grows tight. Suddenly I'm in the spotlight. Take the flowers. I want the flowers. Give me the lilies. I like lilies. I reach out and take the flowers from him, all too aware of my trembling fingers. There's no weight to them, only a faint warmth that radiates from the stems. As soon as the lilies leave Leander's hand, they dim and they fade away in a shower of opalescent light. To my surprise, Leander laughs under his breath. That's a problem with flowers. They don't last long, but they leave an impression, right? He grins at me, and I find myself smiling back. Yeah. Whoo! I'm fine. I'm normal. I'm okay. Whew. I'm just gonna drink something real quick. You know what? I'm almost out of stamina potion. I don't have another one next to me. Let me just go get one, okay? Ooh. Oh my god, my whole setup just fucking moved. I can't push my chair back. It's stuck on something. There we go. Right. I mean, creaky chair. My chair's really creaky. Oh, he is fine. Man, I should have played this with heart rate monitor. I'm okay, everyone. It's fine. It's so fine. Okay, he's so fine. I mean, I'm so fine. Whatever. Anyway, I'm just gonna really quick. I will be so fast. Quick bathroom break, and also I need to get more stamina potion because, oh my god, I need to get through this. So I will be right back. Okay. Oh my god, was I not muted? What the fuck? I thought I was muted, but I wasn't. Game? Hello? Hello, game? There we go. Okay, it's back. Each of the love interests has a signature flower. Ooh. Okay, so can I show you guys my favorite flower real quick? Let me... Hold on. I want to show you my favorite flower. It's the prettiest flower I've ever seen in my life. Let me... Image. Okay. Pictures. There it is. Okay. This is my favorite flower. It's called the Maypop, and it is just absolutely stunning. It's so pretty. It's crazy beautiful. And I fell in love with it. One of my neighbors was growing a similar flower called the passion flower, and I saw it and I was just like completely entranced by it. I was just staring at it, and she came out and talked to me. She was like, "Hello." I was like, "Hi, sorry, I'm just staring at the flowers in your garden." And she was like, "Oh yeah, they're passion flowers." And so I was like, "Yeah, they're really beautiful." And she was like, "You can have some." And she cut 2 off and gave them to me. And I put them in a wine glass with some water. They didn't last long because obviously, you know, they were cut, but they're so beautiful. And I have some really cute pictures on my phone of them. And it made me like research the passion flower, and that's how I found the Maypop, which is similar. It's like in the same family. But yeah, it's so beautiful. What do you think of it? Do you think it's pretty? Isn't it pretty? And the fruit that grows from the vine, you can make into like jelly or like jam. And it's not as sweet as the passion fruit. So it's better for people who don't really like that much sugar. If you're interested in flower language and want to learn later, there's that too. Absolutely. I love stuff like that. Flowers have different meanings depending on their color. Do you know the color of each? The color of each. I don't really know much about flower language, but I am intrigued by it and interested by it. I would like to learn. I don't know what the meaning of Maypops is. Let me see. Maypop. Flower meaning. Let me see. The 3 stigmas on the passion flower are said to represent the 3 nails that held Jesus to the cross. It's religious? Symbolizes passion, spirituality in the language of flowers. They're native to the southeastern United States. Oh, Passion of Christ? The story of crucifixion. I had no idea. Maypop name refers to the loud popping sound made when the fruits are stepped on. 5 petals represent the 10 of the apostles, all but Judas, who betrayed Jesus. Oh. Symbolic of holy love and passion. Isn't it interesting that a demon's favorite flower is a religious one that represents Jesus' crucifixion? That's crazy. That's a total accident. I didn't even know. Huh? Wow. Wild. Huh. That's wild. I had no idea. Do you like the passion flower? Do you think it's cute? I think it's cool. You did your homework? Okay. What homework did you do? I'm interested. Ace, red spider lily. Ooh. Min, white dogwood leander, white lily, crush, white magnolia, there, red amaryllis. Ooh, magnolia is interesting. You know, Ukimama has a magnolia tattoo. They talked about it. The colors of the love interest flowers, for example, white lilies typically mean things like peace and new beginnings, while orange means something like confidence, wealth, and encouragement. Do you know what purple means? I got you, book nerd. Hell yeah. I'm so interested in things like this. I find it really fascinating to see how people symbolize things. Like, anything that is, like, explorative and deep. For example, things like tarot, astrology, like zodiacs, even MBTI, or, like, numerology. I don't necessarily believe it, but I find it fascinating to explore. Like birthstones and like birth flowers. My birth flower, by the way, is a snowdrop. That's my birth flower. And there's some snowdrops that actually grow nearby. In the neighbor that I mentioned who grows the maypops in her garden, she also has snowdrops that grow in the winter, towards the end of winter. So whenever I see them, I'm like, ooh, spring is coming. So yeah. You guys haven't said anything about the maypop, and I demand commentary. What do you think of my favorite flower? Tell me it's pretty. It's pretty. Purple, royalty, divinity, and accomplishments. Actively researching as I go for flower shop AU. Hell yeah. That's so cute. I look forward to the flower shop AU as well. Yeah, I love a good cozy flower shop AU. I need to write one. We should have a like fanfic stream where we talk about like AUs and things to write. Like you guys can suggest things and I'll see what I can cook. Currently cooking a Xander and Rhizar fic. It's a Megaverse. So yeah. A good old what is it called? What is the ship called? Maypop's very pretty. Thank you for saying it's pretty. Yeah. What's Xander and Rhizar's fucking ship name? I forgot. Netherfang? No, it's not called that. What is it called? I can't remember. My brain is... Blazelust, thank you. Blazelust. There we go. Yeah, I'm cooking Blazelust at the moment. So we should do a stream where we do like fanfiction. Maypop have a very interesting look. Reminds me a bit of lace. Yeah. I find them so beautiful. I don't know why. I'm just very like, I don't know, captivated by them. I'm drawn to them. They like in my debut I listed all my favorite things. Maypop was on there. I love Maypops. I also like dahlias. I think dahlias are very pretty. I'm obsessed with flowers that have lots of petals or interesting looking petals, you know. So like dahlias. I also like hydrangeas. I think hydrangeas are gorgeous, and hyacinths. Anything that's purple. I love purple flowers. I think purple flowers are the cutest, like, flowers, in my opinion. Snowdrops are pretty too. Oh, and lily of the valley. They're pretty. Purple and white flowers are usually, like, my faves. My next door neighbor is obsessed with, like, pink and yellow. So she always, like, buys pink and yellow flowers. I love flowers. I think they're pretty. My foster mum is obsessed with flowers, and she's very easy to buy for. Just get her a bouquet. And every week, I shit you not, every week on a Monday, she would get a delivery of a bouquet, like fresh flowers to put in the vase in the hallway. Every week. Like, she would get those flowers, they would arrive, she would cut them, prep them, and put them in the vase. Every week. Because obviously, like, they would die eventually. They only last a week. So every week she would get a fresh bouquet for that vase. Which is just so much, like, work. But she loves flowers. Like, Mama Minos loves flowers. So if you wanna make her happy, just buy flowers. She's obsessed with flowers. I think a little bit of that rubbed off on me. Because I also really like flowers. Actually, she influenced me quite a lot. Because of her, I like Yankee candles. What's your favorite Yankee candle scent? Genuine. If you guys have a favorite Yankee candle scent, I need to know. Because there's some really good ones out there. I'll continue reading now. Sorry, tangent, ADHD, you know how it is. Leander steps off the table, dropping among the excited crowd with a clink. Alright, show's over. Back to work, everyone. I don't know how to do his voice. I'll figure it out. It might change a little bit. The audience disperses and Leander heads towards a bar. Now's my chance. I start after him only to find myself face to face with one of his followers. Where do you think you're going? I need to talk to Leander. Uh-huh, you and half low down. Leander's busy right now. Headstone business. Come back tonight. After the moment we shared, surely Leander can spare a word. But the follower crosses her arms. Oh, it's a lady. Okay, my bad. Unmoved, I glance over her shoulder, hoping to catch a glimpse of Leander. As though sensing my gaze, he looks up, and for a moment our eyes lock. Then Leander turns away to murmur something to the group gathered around him. The follower moves to block my view. You hear me? I'm not looking for trouble. This doctor, Karash, said I should find Leander. That's... She's interrupted by a hand resting on her shoulder. Karash said you? Someone made a fan voice automatic on YouTube if you want a reference. I don't like doing that. I like coming up with my own voices. I don't really like being influenced by people too much. Sometimes I do. For Homestuck, when I was voicing all the characters, there was some where I took direct references from, like Octopimps, Eridan. Everyone does Carcat the same way. But some I like to do my own way, you know? Like, a lot of people don't give Dave or Dirk Texan accents, even though they're from Texas. So I like to make my own voices most of the time. I feel like with Leander, I will find a voice for him. I'll find a voice for all of them. I just gotta figure it out. That's just part of voice acting, is figuring out the voices, you know? It's gonna be my growth. It's gonna be a bit rough in the beginning, but we'll figure it out and we'll get there together, you know? Just the way it is. Just the way it is. Oh, my chin is itchy. I need to shave. Oh, I already read that message. Okay. He said you could help me. Leander nods at the woman, and she steps aside, wordlessly. Follow me. He leads me to the crowded bar. There's so little room that his broad shoulder presses against mine. I tense, but he doesn't seem to mind at all. Why is he giving me bedroom eyes? He's so pretty. Sorry about that. The Yellowstone watch out for one another. But they can be overprotective at times. Lesson learned. Leander flashes me a broad grin. You're new to Iridia, aren't you? He says it with a genuine air of curiosity. Do I stick out that much? No, but I'm curious. Blah, blah. I didn't say... He didn't say that. No, but I'm certain I'd remember seeing a face as lovely as yours around Lowtown. He just said my face was lovely. He just said my face was lovely. I'm gonna write that down. 18th of July, 2025, 1:39 a.m. Leander said my face was lovely. Oh, he's nice, guys. I like him. He's my type. My eyes drop to the polished countertop. I am not used to flattery, and being this close makes eye contact difficult. Wow. Even my character's autistic. The detail's crazy. As if on cue, the bartender approaches us. Wallaby. Surprise me, and add anything my friend wants to my tab. I think we should just have water. We're still recovering from, like, grievous injuries. We nearly died. We should just have water. Water's fine. While the bartender leaves to fix our drinks, Leander leans his elbows on the counter. His sleeves right up, revealing long, raised scar. I catch myself following its winding path across his forearm. Leander's eyes wander over me in return. When they lock on my bandaged hands, a bitter taste rises in my throat. Here come the questions. Is there any chance Karash sent you here for cheap drinks or barely edible appetizers? No. He pushes his hair back from his forehead, sighing when it immediately falls back into place. That's the doctor for you. Always business. I'm not sure if he even knows how to relax. The bartender pushes a pair of glasses on our way. I don't realize how thirsty I am until the cool water touches my lips. Beside me, Leander takes a deep swig from his glass. So, how can I help you? I need to get to the Snobium. Oh, everything went quiet. That's crazy. As soon as the word Snobium leaves my mouth, the group standing nearby falls silent. From the wary looks thrown my way, it's clear I've broken some taboo. It had to be the Snobium. Leander pushes away from the counter. Let's continue this conversation outside. I rise to follow him. I'm still trying to figure out his voice. Leander leads me into an alleyway, tucked behind the wet wig. Layers upon layers of frayed and faded Addison posters plaster the walls. Seeing them side by side, the resemblance between Leander and his printed likeness is impressive, if abstract. Karash didn't send you here to ask for a personal escort to the Snobium, did he? From his tone, he already knows the answer. No, he suggested that I reconsider. Yet, here you are, asking about a guide anyway. He looks at me expectantly. I don't want to tell him about my curse. The less people know about my monstrous capabilities, the better. Thankfully, Leander takes my reluctant silence as an answer. Are you aware of Iridia's particular currency? Information's worth its weight in gold here. Ooh. Man, there's a thing in Skullduggery Pleasant. I think it's was it a psychic? I can't remember. But there's a person that you went to and she traded in secrets. And she keeps them, like, she collects secrets as a form of currency. So this is really familiar to me because there's a character in Skullduggery Pleasant who trades like this. Interesting. I don't much care for outdated traditions, so I'll be completely honest. The Snobium won't help you. They're more likely to torture you than lend you a hand. But the Snobium's supposed to be a place of... Hold up, that's me. But the Snobium's supposed to be a place of learning, a sanctuary. The Snobium's always been heralded as the last bastion of human knowledge, a shining beacon of hope in a faded world. If any place held answers, it would be the Snobium. That's why I came here. Leander nods patiently. Oh, he angry. You're not the first person to fall for their propaganda. I grew up idolizing the Snobium. I wanted nothing more to join the ranks and learn magic from the best. Make a real difference. I was young and blinded by the legends and legacy. I was so damn naive. He shakes his head. All it took was one trip here, Lowtown. Show me the truth. Unless you got a heavy purse or highborn blood, the Snobium doesn't give a damn. They'll never open their gates for ones who need help the most. Then it's all a lie. Things that seem too good to be true are often just that. Such a simple statement, and yet it leaves me reeling. Leander watches me as though weighing something in his mind. But that doesn't mean you're hopeless. Far from it. I founded the Adderstone to help people like you. We just settle disputes, slay feral soulless. Hell, we've even been known to patch a leaky roof or two. Whatever troubles you, we can help. Free of charge. I'm shaking my head before he's even finished his speech. My patience is wearing dangerously thin. No, it's not. MC, be patient. Fucking hell. I appreciate the offer, but my problem can't be solved by a group of good Samaritans. To my chagrin, Leander doesn't look remotely surprised. Then you're looking for help for something serious. Something not even Karash could crack. Must be a truly remarkable problem if you came all the way to Iridia searching for help. Tell me, how can I help you? Leander may not work for the Snobium, but he is a mage, a powerful one if his demonstration earlier is any indication. Indecision gnaws at me. I don't know if I can trust him, but it's not like I have any alternatives. I hate to admit it, but this might be my own path forward. Tell him then! Fucking hell. My confession comes out in a strained whisper. I'm cursed. He looks me up and down, taking my face and eyes and filing my hands. Is that why you bandaged your hands? My touch is dangerous. It changes people, hurts them. Before I've even finished, Leander pulls his left glove off. He flexes his fingers and grins. Alright, let's see it. As he offers me his hand, a prismatic flash of magic ripples across his palm. But I'm already shrinking backwards. I can't. I don't care how confident Leander is. I wouldn't allow myself to hurt him. To see his face unrecognizably warped. I don't want to hurt you. I'll be fine. Trust me. I've seen enough curses and hexes to last me 2 lifetimes, but I'm still standing. You really think Karash would send you here if I couldn't handle it? How should I know? I only met him today. I'm twice as good as any Cenobian mage. If anyone can help you, it's me. You don't know what you're asking me. I'm asking you to trust me. I look from Leander's outstretched hand to his confident smile. Ooh, let's go. Then I begin unwinding the bandages from my hand. If you lose control, don't say I didn't warn you. You can tie me up first if it makes you feel better. His attempt at levity does little to comfort me. With each joint I expose, I grow increasingly certain that this is a terrible idea. But if he's bothered by how my hand looks, he doesn't show it. Alright, deep breath. On my count. My fingers hover shakily over Leander's palm. 3, 2, 1. I tap his palm once, as quickly as possible. It's barely more than a brush, but it's all it ever takes. Heart racing, my eyes dart to his face, but Leander only smiles gently. See? It can't be. When I reach for his palm again, Leander catches my wrist before I can pull back. I told you, there's really nothing to worry about. He trails off when my thumb grazes the soft skin of his inner wrist. I search Leander's face for traces of madness, but his eyes remain a clear soft green. Neither of us speak as I trace the contours of his palm, lost in an awareness I wasn't anticipating. We can touch him? It's not as though I've never been touched before. My curse only extends to my hands, and desperation spurs creativity. But all that pales in comparison to this. I've never experienced such intimacy. My fingers, long deprived by years of bandaging, pick up every single detail. The grooves along his palm, the smooth shell of his nails, the bones in his wrist. For as long as I've lived, I've never been able to hold someone's hand without dire consequences. I never realized what I was missing. While Leander's pulse is steady, mine hammers as fear gives way to excitement. Keep touching him! My hand glides over Leander's wrist and up his arm, where smooth skin abruptly gives way to a raised scar. It matches the one that runs from his collar to his cheekbone. Could it be the same wound? When I glance at Leander's face, his lip parts as he considers his words. He's so hot, guys. Am I the first person you've been able to touch like this? My hand grows still in his arm. So far. Then is it everything you wanted? When I nod, Leander turns my hand in his to inspect the gleaming fissures, crisscrossing my knuckles. There's no revulsion in his face, no fear. He looks up at me and grins. It's not every day I meet someone as enticing as gold. What a compliment. He winks and lets me go. I draw my hand back and take a steadying breath. My head feels like it's stuffed with cotton. Habit alone guides me through the motions of rewrapping my hand, although my fingers tremble too much for the bandages to lie flat. I can't believe that worked. I've really forgotten my manners. May I ask your name? I'm Porphyra. Porphyra, this curse of yours is unlike anything I've seen before. I can tell you're careful, but it's best you kept this between us. Are you staying in Lowtown? I pause, room and bored with something I'd yet to consider. I don't know. Let's get you properly settled then. Aw, he's gonna get us a home. The Wick is noticeably quieter. Without their leader, most of Leander's followers have dispersed, or in a few cases fallen asleep beside their drinks. Got any rooms left? Or did my galat grab them all to sleep it off? The bartender, who I now realize doubles as an innkeeper, slides a key onto the counter. The usual room? Leander's laugh sounds slightly strained. He's blushing? Wait, is he a fuckboy? No, not today. This is just from my friend, Porphyra. Oh my god, he's a fuckboy. Right, stay as long as you like. You two have fun. Have fun? Leander clears his throat, then holds the key out to me. I hesitate. My coin burst barely holds enough for a day's worth of meals, let alone a room. How much do I owe you? Nothing. My treat, since you shared your secret. Food, drink, warm bed, anything you need. Carefully, I take the key from him, small but heavy in my palm. Bingo. He's a fuck. Yes! Ah, oh, okay, right. I never expected to have a warm bed in Iridia, let alone 3 meals. The thought of an entire room to myself seems unbelievably luxurious. Thank you. Iridia is twice as dangerous as it is wondrous. Be careful out there. And if you need a reprieve from what haunts you, come find me. I nod, taking one last look at the gleaming bronze key before tucking it in the pocket of my coat for safekeeping. Leander gives me a friendly wave before returning to the bar. No, babe, come back. Whoa, this room is nice. Wait, yo, this room is really nice. You got a desk, some light, that nice window. You got a big window here. Reading nook. Reading nook. Can you imagine some pillows there? And you could put like string lights all around this. Ah, that would look so pretty. Like cushions and blankets. You can have like a little reading nook. You can read your BL, your yaoi. That would look so good. Oh, that would be so cozy. This room is nice. I like this. The one thing I don't like is that the bed is underneath the window, and that's bad feng shui. You should never have a bed underneath a window. It's very bad feng shui. Never have a bed under a window, and never point your bed towards a door. Like the exit door. Because it's bad feng shui. Just saying. Dust. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Dust glitters in the sparse rays of light illuminating the room. The furniture is tired, the walls cracked, and a large lumpy bed serves as the centerpiece. I bet it's comfy though. I can't remember the last time I slept in a bed, and I never imagined I'd sleep in one tonight. When I collapse onto the bed, the springs let out shrill squeaks. Finally, I can allow myself to rest. My eyes fall shut before long. Yes, we got a place. We sleep. We eat. I wake up to pale sunlight filtering through the narrow windows. These are not narrow windows, they're big windows. Despite the clamour of the tavern below, the precious hours of rest have restored my strength and gifted me a flicker of cautious optimism. If I play my cards right, today could be the day I get closer to finding a cure. I quickly head out of the wet wick. Ooh, are we going to meet someone new? The air clings, sodden and heavy with the lingering scent of rain. Without the afternoon crowd, the district looks barren and bleak. In the middle of the street, a pair of crows quibble over stale bread crusts. I pause, watching them while I consider my next move. Garash and Leander both made it clear that the Cenobian can't be trusted, but I came so far and endured too much to give up now. I needed to see the Cenobian for myself, if only to satisfy my curiosity. Surely someone in the bar can point me in the right direction. I'm about to turn back when a shadow passes over me. What's this? A cloud. I think, until a puff of hot breath tickles the back of my neck. Ooh. Oh, Daddy. The shadow trickles down the street in rivulets. Formless dark spreads like ink into blotted shapes. Claws stretch. A muzzle splits open to reveal long, jagged teeth. A growl rumbles so low and deep I feel it in my chest. I want to run, to scream, but I feel trapped, as though the slightest movement or breath will snap the jaws around me shut. No, I won't let it end like this. If I'm gonna die, I want to look what got me in the eye first. I steel myself, then turn. The shadow vanishes as quickly as it came, and I'm left standing in the middle of the street, alone, save for a figure reclining in the shade of a nearby stoop. Who's this? Oh, hi. Oh, I need a drink. Oh, this is your man? He is. I bet he would be so beautiful, crying. I don't know why. There's something about him. I want to make him cry. A monster. That much is clear from a glance. One that could nearly be mistaken for human were it not for the tufted ears, the tail curled around his ankle, or the dusk pink eyes with pupils that sharpen like needles when they fall on me. We lock gazes and the monster uncrosses his long legs. I want to pet the tail and scratch the ear. I want to pull the tail and bite the ear. You see the appeal? I do. His hair gleams a shade of red that reminds me unsettlingly of blood where it curls around his collar throat. Guys, you need to understand. Okay, listen. I'm ginger, naturally. Even though my hair gets dyed a lot, I dye my hair a lot. I'm naturally ginger. And because of that, I have this, like, draw. I'm drawn to other gingers. I find gingers really attractive. It's why my favourite in Stardew Valley is Elliot. Okay? You need to understand. I really like gingers. My favourite character in Black Butler is Joker. My favorite character in Oran High School Host Club is Hikaru. I love gingers, and I just he's a ginger cat, guys. He's an orange cat. Damn, I thought Leander would like be the one. There's stiff competition. It really is. Like, we shall see. We shall see. His hair gleams a shade of red. Oh, I already said that. Okay. Oh, what voice would I give him? He's giving like Eartha Kitt Catwoman to me at the moment, so maybe I should try to embody that. Jumpy, aren't you? His tone is so light and carefree. Oh, it's light and carefree. How would that be? Light and carefree. Jumpy, aren't you? There we go. I feel like that's better. Make it more like breathy, I guess. I glance over my shoulder to make sure he's speaking to me. When I look back, the stranger props his chin on his knuckles and regards me with an inscrutable grin. Did you see that shadow just now? It was a massive, moved like a beast. Even as I speak, I'm aware of how ridiculous I must sound, but the stranger's smile doesn't falter. The only beasts I've seen are the wick strolling regulars, though this did catch my eye. With a flick of his wrist, my in-room key dangles from his fingers. It turns on its chain, glittering when it catches the light. I'm sorry, but thigh, skin! That's absolute territory! Fuck. Oh no. Grabbable waist. Absolute territory. Ears, tail. Ginger hair. No. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This man has everything. He's dangerous. This man is dangerous, guys. Dangerous. He's pretty. He's so pretty. Hey, fuck. Oh no. My hands fly to my cloak's pockets, and sure enough, find them flat. He crooks his finger, beckoning. Okay. I've already taken 2 steps forward before some stifled instinct stops me. Something feels wrong. I'm still on the edge, thrumming with so much adrenaline that the stranger's shadow flickers at the edges of my vision. I always seem to attract the worst kind of attention, but I can't get rattled now. My key. How'd you find it? What can I say? I'm a sucker for shiny things. He smiles wide enough to reveal sharp fangs. Nice. It's fully encouraged, don't worry. Yes, be unhinged. You are more. This is a safe space. You may simp and be completely unhinged. Listen, if you want to say that you want to fold him like a fucking origami crane and eat his asshole out until he can't remember his own name, say it. Say the weird thing. This is a safe set. You can say this is a mature stream. You can say it. You can simp. It's okay. You're allowed here. We are all unhinged. I'm an incubus, okay? That behavior is welcome. It feeds me. I saw you drop it. You really should be more careful. City like this, somebody might take advantage. A bold-faced lie said without a hint of irony. I approach the monster, careful to keep arm's length away. He doesn't look dangerous, but the most deadly ones never do. Okay. What the fuck? And just now noticing the man wears a collar and basically a leash. Yep. I'm just doing this. Don't mind me. Sir. Allow me to, entice you. Sir, are you interested? Look, see? I'm so impressive. Don't mind me. The stranger's chain softly clinks with the tilt of his head. His ears flick. Keeping your distance. Until I know what you're capable of. You think I stole your dinky little key from all the way over here? He gives an exaggerated sigh. I'm good with my hands. Okay. I'm good with my hands, but not that good. Do I really look like a common thief to you? He's got me there. The sheer fabric of his sleeves alone would be too expensive for most street thieves. Hell, his shoes look like they cost more than I spent traveling here. And then there's the shop behind him. No matter the city, parted pink curtains only ever mean one thing. Is he a sex worker? Is he a sex worker? Did I guess that right? Is he a sex worker? Parted pink curtains. Is that not an indication of sex work? Like brothel? Coco? Am I right? I'm not looking to buy, and I doubt I could afford your services anyway. Luckily for you, I don't charge. He's a whore. Oh, I love whores. I'm a whore. Oh my god. I like you. The man runs the tip of his tongue over a fang, and for the first time since I stepped into that shadow, I feel something other than dread. Do you feel it in your crotch? Because I do. My face grows hot. Yeah, it is. I didn't mean to assume. I am flattered, really. Did you think you could pay to pet my ears? I just need my key back. Ask nicely, and I might even let you tug my tail. Yes! Yes! I want to pull his tail. Whew. Okay. I really hope that I can find a way to pull his tail and make him cry. Just throw it here. So some spindly little street urchin can snatch it and run. And now you see why he's my favorite. Yes, I get it. Coco, I completely understand. You have impeccable taste. He raises my key and tilts his head so he can watch it dangle back and forth. I suppose I could just claim your room for myself. Not that I'd be caught dead slumming in the wick with the rest of those slack-jawed imbeciles. You're so obviously not from around here, so tell me, traveler, what misfortune brought you to this wretched place? His voice practically drips with derision. I'm not telling you anything. What could have possibly drawn you to this dreary little pig pen, I wonder? He listlessly watches over the arc of my key swinging around his finger. The weather's shit, the food's dreck, and there's entirely too many monsters for a human to feel safe. Unless... Dagger-sharp eyes flick towards me, the gleam bright with amusement. Unless you're just dying to consort with monsters. Yes! 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 I am! Yes! This game was made for me. Nice. I'm just gonna do this. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Let's go. By now, my embarrassment has worn away, leaving simmering impatience in this place. Why is MC so impatient? I feel like I'm a very patient person, probably more patient than the average person, but I still don't understand, like, incessant impatience. I don't get that. Like, calm down. Why are you rushing? If this is a shakedown, it's the most frustrating one I've ever endured. Play along with him. I like him. How'd you know that I spent all my money, starved, and nearly died in a swamp so I could crawl into bed with the first thirsty monster I met? That earns me a burst of breathy laughter. He gazes at me under his dark lashes. Aren't you funny? He thinks I'm funny. Haha, I'm in. Could you be any more obvious? I have been told subtlety is not my strength. Same. So, your place or mine? I'd invite you if I had my key. If only I had my key, I might be able to invite you up. His languid gaze glides from me to the key in his hand and back. Take my hand and we'll go together. The more he flirts, the more convinced I become that this is some kind of trap. No matter how innocent monsters look, they always have tricks up their sleeves. And something tells me this one's more dangerous than he lets on, even if he has a lovely laugh. I don't know what you want or why you're messing with me, but I'm not coming any closer until I know you aren't going to attack me or bite. I won't bite hard unless you beg me. Oh no, I'm fucked. It's over. It's so over. Guys, I think I'm gonna have to make a new husbando body pillow. Okay. No matter what I say, he finds a way to twist my words into innuendo. Yeah, I like that. Is he a fox or a wolf? Based on the ears, he looks more like a fox, because he's red as well. I think he might be a fox. Even when I'm silent, he goes on as though we're having a conversation, not a standoff. Do you like dancing? There's a traveling troupe performing in Hightown tonight. Their lutist is utterly exquisite, truly a performance to die for. There's life in this dreadful place if you know where to look. You sound like you know what to see well. The monster's gaze flickers from me to the key hanging from his finger. Naturally, this dump was a little more than a miserable little smear on a map when I first arrived. Hightown, Lowtown, I know Iridia like the back of my hand. What about the Snobium? Do you know where that is? His smile vanishes. Stop talking about the fucking Snobium. MC is an idiot. I want to smack him across the face, stupid bitch. Surely you've seen it. That absurdly large tower looming over the rest. It's a little hard to miss. He must mean that spire I noticed when I first caught sight of Iridia. The Zenobium's overrated. Forget about it. I can show you things those stuffy boars in their limp dick tower could never dream of. I like him. What do you say? How about the two of us have a little adventure? Yes! I've already got plans. What the fuck is wrong with you, MC? Oh, have you some pressing matters at the Cenobium? Lunch dates with librarians? Tea time with the most esteemed abbess? That's my business. What's the matter to you? I square my shoulders and the amusement bleeds out of him. Your loss. Man, why do we have to turn him down? The stranger, finally bored of his own tedious game, extends his hand towards me. The key rests on his palm, neatly dividing skin and leather. When he makes no other move, I reach for the key, but as soon as my fingers graze smooth brass, his hand springs shut around my elbow. Hey! He yanks me down, and I stagger, my shoes slipping on the steps. For a sick moment, I fear my bandages will unravel under his touch, but he's careful not to disturb them, even as he grips my arm. I knew I smelled blood. You reek of the road and death. And that fucking doctor. Oh. His voice, once silken, lowers to a smoky growl. The shadows around him seethe and boil. And something else. He murmurs against my throat, nose grazing my jaw. His breath trails down my neck, sending a thrill of dread through me. His wide, flat eyes gleam with naked hunger as he gazes at me. Let go. Just when I fear he'll bite, his grip loosens and his eyes widen with awe. It seems I underestimated you. You're... There! The stranger's ears flatten, and he releases me with a short breath. I yank my arm back, massaging my bandages. He twists around to see a woman duck out from the curtains behind him. From the look of her pressed white uniform, I'm almost certain she's a cleric of the Cenobium. I leave you for all of what, 10 minutes? And you're making trouble again. Will you quit harassing the tourists? Stranger, Veer, I take it, rolls his eyes and flashes the cleric a withering smile. You're correct, Porpy, he is a fox, Forget the plans, give me the sly fox man and give his story. I want him. I want him to. So suspicious. Can't you see this is a friend of mine? A natural liar, he grins at me and his tail swishes coyly. The woman purses her lips at me, clearly unconvinced. I open my mouth to correct him, but Veer cuts in. I was graciously offering my dear friend some free advice. Though his voice remains light and cheerful, his expression darkens. Danger's drawn to you like a moth to flame. It will always find you given time. The woman clucks her tongue as though she's heard this recital 102 times. Word to the wise, don't take free advice from lazy foxes, yep, there it is, lounging in the streets. This crook would sell water to a drowning man for the sheer enjoyment of it. She shrugs off a wilting look from Veer. Oh, please. Any friend of yours knows it's true. Now hold still. Veer rises gracefully at her approach. He pushes his hair aside so it drapes over one shoulder, exposing the long line of his neck. And suddenly it dawns on me that the jingling I heard earlier wasn't coming from his harness, but a heavy iron chain wound around a hitching post and padlocked to the back of his collar. Wait, he's chained? The woman produces a crowded keyring from her pocket. She rifles through a dozen identical keys before selecting the one and slotting it into the lock. Come on, unless your friend's tagging along in a merry little soulless hunt. They're hunting inside the city. The soulless in the waste did seem ravenous. I'd rather not run into another one like it. No thank you. The cleric regards me with a polite, if tight, smile before marching down the stairs. Veer lingers. He stretches his arm over his head with a yawn, and I try not to stare at the way his stomach flattens when he arches his back. Is he enslaved? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Your little secret's safe with me. Try not to get yourself killed. Veer hops off the stoop and bounds after the woman. His tail sways merrily, as though he hadn't just lied and threatened me. Wait, what? Oh. Did you try that thing I mentioned? The Lothensian knot? Wait. LL is Welsh, right? Double L tells me Welsh. I read that as Welsh. So if I read that in Welsh, it would be the Lothensian. Lothensian? That's how you would say it in Welsh. But I don't know how many, like, Celtic references there are. So, I mean, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's... Double L to me is Welsh. I don't know any other kind of pronunciations for a double L. I think that's Welsh. So, Clovention? Did you try that thing I mentioned? The Clovention knot? That one where you take 3 fingers and... Actually, don't tell me. Knowing you, it's probably disgusting. Bruh! You take 3 fingers? Actually, not too sure on this one. Yeah. I'm gonna use Welsh because it's double L and that's what I know. Veer's airy laughter echoes down the street. It's only after he and the cleric have vanished from sight that I realize I'm still missing something. Wait. Reflexively, I shove my hands into my pockets and find it. The room key. The pronunciation's anyone's guess, yeah. I ease the key from my pocket, smoothing my thumb over its jagged teeth as I try to recall a touch, a tell, or any hint of Veer's sleight of hand, but I can't figure out how he did it. All I know for certain is that the Cenobium saw fit to leash him, a fate I could share if that's what his vague warning meant. I let my eyes drift skyward, past the lanterns gently swaying in the breeze to the Cenobium faintly visible through the haze. Just one glimpse is all I need. Then I can put this all behind me. This time, the key goes into my coin purse for safekeeping. Wise. I would put it in my underwear. Try to pickpocket that bitch. It's easy enough to follow the winding streets, climbing uphill toward the distant tower. Hours later, legs aching, sweat beading on my forehead, I finally find what I'm searching for. The Cenobium of the Luminous Void. It stands at the highest point of Iridia, surrounded by cold white walls. Well-dressed people stroll down the walkways, ignoring the massive tower in their midst. I'm the only one standing before the gates. I crane my neck up until the top of the Cenobium spire disappears into the clouds overhead. I frown up at the gates, wondering what secrets wait on the other side. Despite their deliberate beauty, there must be more to them than meets the eye. Knocking seems like a terrible idea, but I don't see any other way of making my presence known. I'm halfway up the steps when something moves in my peripheral vision. Ooh! A shadowy figure crouches beneath one of the white walls. They reach out and tug on a vine, as if testing strength. Oi! You there! The shadow vanishes as quickly as I spotted it, and a gaunt-faced man in a crisp charcoal uniform marches up the steps towards me. Oh, another tourist. Get out of here once you're done gawking. A dismissive wave accompanies his equally dismissive words, and he turns without even waiting for my response. I look back at where I saw the intruder, but there's nothing. Just the leaves blowing gently in a cool breeze. I step away from the gates, hopelessness washing over me. I don't know how to do this voice, by the way, so it's probably going to change a lot, because I can't see who it is. Hello? Oh, it's a whisper. Sorry, my bad. Wait. Hello? A whisper coats the back of my ear, hot and syrupy. I jerk away but find no one beside me. Instead, halfway down the staircase, I spot a girl peering up at me. She's barefoot, draped in several layers of worn, moth-eaten clothing. Peculiar metal jewelry hangs across her face and jingles with each slight movement. Her eyes are her most striking feature. They shine a scorching, unnatural crimson. Feels like staring into the sun, and yet I'm strangely captivated by her. She tilts her head, the tinkling of metal riding the wind. Do you need help? No, not from you. I'm unsure how to respond. The air is charged with mysterious energy, as if each of my words is worth its weight in gold. But after the experience I've just had, I'm not too keen on trusting strangers. Exactly. No, I don't. The giggle she makes is chiming, fluttering sound. Don't worry, I won't hurt you. She dips into a polite curtsy. My name is Iris. I was like you once, hopeless and alone. Iris, by the way, is the Greek goddess of communication and rainbows, and she was a messenger of the Titans. So, maybe this girl's name is Iris because she delivers messages, she helps with communication. We might get some information from her. Who knows? The ones in the tower won't help you with your pain. I might be able to, though. That's demon talk. She's demon. I try not to dwell on the fact that I'm recognizably desperate. Instead, I focus on a vague offer as I descend the steps. You don't know what I'm looking for. You need what everyone needs in this world. A miracle. Iris turns and my thoughts abruptly scatter. Pitted skin snakes down her shoulders, blooming from a gaping hole in the back of her neck. A shuddering breath escapes me. The fuck? Whatever disease she had consumed her from the inside out. How is she able to move or breathe? It's impossible. She shouldn't be alive, and yet I only get a glimpse before she faces me once more, this time looking a bit bashful. I know it's not pretty, but that's not what matters. The sea spring can cure anything. It can cure you too. Her shining eyes flick to my bandaged hands and up again. So quick, I nearly miss it. I stand there, wordless. It's a twisted miracle, but a miracle nonetheless. She extends her hand out to me, her delicate fingers outstretched. I can take you there if you like. You can decide on your own when you see it. Her hand is frail, marred with tiny wounds. It's the epitome of vulnerability. Complete opposite of the Cenobium's mocking, impenetrable gaze. And if I say no, it's your choice. The truth is, I don't have much of a choice. Not right now, at least. I wonder if Iris knows that somehow. If there's any hope of finding a cure, I need to follow every lead, including seeing the sea spring for myself. Take her hand. I cautiously slide my hand into hers. Her skin is ice cold through my bandages. We descend from the higher streets, abandoning the gilded decadence as we cross the river. The wet, derelict districts hold more familiarity for me. However, Iris leads me further still, until I'm met with an all too familiar sight. Oh god, no. My gut lurches when I face the open horizon. The sea spring is straight ahead. Iridia's outskirts are hardly recognizable in daylight, but venturing beyond the city walls is a gamble I wasn't prepared to take so soon. I shake my head and pull away from Iris. I'm not leaving the city. She circles in front of me with a placating... Is that placating or placating? Genuine question, guys. Can you tell me? Do you know? Is it placating or placating? And I can think of every drop I drink of. You're my soda pop, my little soda pop. God, I fucking love this song. My little soda pop. Hard C. Placating. Okay, so it's placating. She circles in front of me with a placating gesture. Don't be scared. I promise you. It's alright. You're as safe inside the city as outside of it. And this stretch before you is the safest of all. Cake. Yeah, placating. Okay. She casts a wistful gaze out over the waste, as if admiring something beyond the vista. This region belongs to Ace. Some call him a gang leader, but he's much more than that. I recognize that name. Interesting. It's difficult to string my thoughts together. Only a fool would leave the city, but a primal instinct tells me Iris isn't lying. She twirls around with another crusty jewelry, with another curtsy. Sorry, I read that as crusty. My bad. That's an insult I didn't mean to do. Sorry, Iris. Whoopsie. I called her crusty. She twirls around with another curtsy, jewelry twinkling playfully in the sunlight. Her doe eyes soften with a smile. As I said, it's your choice. Thank you for coming this far. I hope we meet again, Porphyra. Wait, is she just gonna leave me? I blink, and she's gone. Confusion grips me as I look around, searching for any trace of her. This bitch teleported? Wait, did this bitch fucking dimension door somewhere, or like Misty Step? What's going on? She probably Misty Stepped. Is she a fucking warlock or something? Holy shit. Okay, so I've been thinking. Okay. Coco, book nerd. I feel like you two know this game better than I do. I have an idea. With the decisions and stuff, I assume that there are routes where you end up with a love interest. I may be wrong. I don't know whether I want to pursue Leander or Veer right now. I'm kind of torn between both. I'm thinking we should incorporate rolling a d20 for some decisions later on. How do we feel about rolling the dice? How do we feel? I could maybe set up my camera so that it zooms in on the dice roll. That would be cool, right? Do it? Yeah. Okay, so if we're gonna do that, let me just quickly set up my phone, because I wanna at least like be able to show you guys the dice roll, because I think that would be cool. An interesting way to make it more interactive. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I think I'm gonna set up my dice. I just need to get one cable for my phone so I can do it. Okay. Enjoy the BB No Money. One sec. Let me just get the cable. Oh, creaky chair. It's on the other side of my room. I know you guys can still hear me, but I can't hear you because I walked away. I have the cable. It's a very, very long cable. It's, my phone cable is 2 meters long. So it took me a second because I had to unravel it. It was a little bit tangled. There we go. Right. Let me plug my phone in. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can set up the camera. because I think that would be really, really fucking cool. I need to move some stuff out of the way so you guys can see it. We're doing it, man. We're making it happen. Move that out of the way as well. Move that there. Let me see. Let's get droid cam up. Oh, by the way, the thing that I use for my hand cam is called droid cam. Aha, it's working. Excellent. Okay. Actually, it's kind of perfect the way it is. Yeah, okay, that's kind of perfect. So if I set that up on my OBS, it's gonna be really big, but I can make it smaller. Here we go. Where am I gonna put it? Probably up here out the way. So if I do this, look at that. I need to trim actually. Let me transform, edit. Okay, I need to. Oh no, that side. No, the other side. Oh no, wait, what? It is left. Interesting. Let me try, there we go. Yippee, yeah. Let me crop the top as well. Nope. You see that? I need to make it zoom. Can I do that? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, that's what we want. That's the ticket. Can I zoom more? Hold on. I can do this. I want to make this look really cool. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Maybe we can have it big for the dice rolls. Just so you can see, like, oh, it rolled away. Hold on. 3. I don't have a container to roll it in. I used to. You can't even see that. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Yeah. Okay, that's better. How's that? I feel like that's decent. Okay, so we're gonna use dice rolls for some decisions because I'm a DM and I need that. Alright, let's get back into it. This is gonna get silly, I can already tell. Alright. But I'm completely alone, with only the vast nothingness of the wastes for company. Did I just imagine everything? Nah. You just met a mysterious bitch, that's all. It happens. Happens to the best of us. Meet a mysterious bitch, she takes you to a strange place and then disappears out of nowhere. No, that whole encounter was real. Again, that primal instinct insists on it. Just like it insisted on Iris's honesty. The sea spring is straight ahead. If it managed to kill Iris, I need to see what it can do for me. I venture forth, nerves and determination roiling together in my chest. Ooh. Let me just dim my camera so it doesn't use my phone battery too much. Hold on. How do I dim? How do I dim? There we go, that one. There we go. I dimmed it. Is it still working though? Let me see. Yeah, okay. I dimmed it. I didn't want it using my phone battery because that would suck. My heart pounds with each step I take from civilization. For what seems like an eternity, I force each foot forward, one step and then another until realization hits me. I never told Iris my name. Something pierces the horizon ahead of me, a building nestled into a tall cliffside. It appears so starkly out of place that it might as well be a hallucination dripping with extravagance and adorned in honey mahogany. It's an ornate jewel of architecture. Dark silhouettes skirt it on both sides. Trees, I think, until I'm up close enough to realize what I mistook for branches were spikes and jutting tendrils. Soulless. Several of them watch me in the distance like statues. Flashes of last night chase me, with gushes of blood and screams of death. The smell of burning flesh and sour bile. I can't go through that again. I won't. Exploding into a messy sprint, I push my legs as fast as they'll take me towards the decorated building. The next thing I know, I'm dashing up wooden stairs and crashing through towering double doors. Ooh, we just fucking crashed up high. Ooh, what is these? My lungs burn from exertion. I gasp for breath, desperate to be safe, but when I orient myself with my surroundings... Ooh, this is very, like, Asian, like East Asian inspired. This is beautiful. Ooh. Pretty. It's more hellscape than sanctuary. What are you talking about? This is pretty. Fuck you. Blood flows all around me, overwhelming my vision with lurid, unholy red. My hand leaps to my mouth. It's just some blood. Calm the fuck down. Sometimes there are rivers of blood. Come on, man. But the rotten stench of blood never comes. Instead, a smoky scent hangs in the air, sharp and spiced. See? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Blood doesn't smell bad either, in my opinion. But I'm a demon, so, you know, yeah. I swallow thickly, convincing myself that it's not as gruesome as it appears. This has to be the sea spring, the place that grants miracles. Tall pillars flank me, blanketed in written notes. Seating pillows scatter the floor, a rustic kettle sits nearby. Someone must live here, despite how eerily empty it is. Stay silent. You don't want to attract too much attention. I approach the paper-covered pillars. Maybe something here can tell me more. I reach for... Don't touch them. Don't touch them. Oh my god. Okay, MC is clearly a white person. Because only white people touch things that are culturally significant that they shouldn't fucking touch. And I say this as someone who has done witchcraft before. I say this as someone who has witches as friends. If you see something that is culturally significant that you don't understand, don't fucking touch it. You don't know what it is. You don't know if it's cursed. You don't know if it's a spell. You do not know what it is. Don't fucking touch it. If there's little papers on the ground, don't touch them. Leave them be. You don't have to touch. You can look, but you don't have to touch. Fuck. I hate people who do this. Oh. Don't. I have to touch them. There's no choice to leave them alone. The closest one is fine. I reach for a note in front of me. It reads, "Dear Mother, don't cry for me. I'm sorry I didn't say goodbye, but we'll meet again in another life. I love you very much." Yeah, you shouldn't be touching shit like this. It's spiritual. You don't touch spiritual stuff. It's just... It's made me mad. I'm angry. I don't like this MC. P.S. If you ever see me, never speak to me again. Oh, it's a cult. I see. Okay, we're at a cult. Right. It's written in perfect cursive. I've never seen such beautiful handwriting. Before I can ponder it further, a sharp chill runs down my spine. Something's watching me. Gotta leave for dinner. Glad you got to meet my man. Thank you for being here, Coco. You have a good dinner. I'll see you later. Take care. Quickly set the note back, my eyes darting around the wooden deck, but it's still empty. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Keep hearing the clicking sound, it's rather satisfying. Oh, the clicking is, I have a Zippo lighter, by the way. So I can open it with, so I use my fingers and I push down and I can flick it open. And then I light it. And then I use my wrist to like flick it back closed, so I can do it with one hand. That's what that is. Sorry if it's annoying anyone. I know it's peaking my microphone. Yeah. Sorry. It's my Zippo lighter that cost me 60 fucking pounds, like $80 or something like that. It's an official Zippo. I love it very much, very dearly. I can show you it actually. Hold on, we have a hand cam going. So this right here, wait, here, is my Zippo lighter. So yeah, that's what you're hearing. It's a very pretty lighter. And it's official Zippo. It is pretty. I saw it and I was like, I have to have it. But yeah, I'm a little Zippo fiend. Every time I've ever had a Zippo, well, I've never owned one, but my friends have. I have to flick it. My little Zippo tricks. So yeah, that's what you're hearing. I'm very sorry. It's basically my fidget spinner. Apologies. I'm glad you find it satisfying and not annoying though. Finally, I look towards the sea spring. That stillness hides something deeper. Something wrong. Hey. I spin around and come face to face with a pack of soulless. They chitter and growl, tendrils and spikes flaring threateningly. All different sizes and species, but sharing one identical trait. Glowing crimson eyes. I try to back away, but my heel teeters over the sea spring. I'm cornered. Watch your step, it's deeper than it looks. That voice again, at the sound of it, the soulless freeze, their snarls quieting. Titties. Okay, we got some titties. Interesting. Okay, who are we meeting? Who's this? I search for the voice's source and find it above me, lounging in the rafters. Hi. You look... what? He has dyed underhair like me. And horns. Mine are bigger. Okay. Are these little things here, are these horns as well? I'm just admiring him for a sec. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh my god, the tentacles behind him, I've just noticed. I like tentacles. Oh boy, here we go. I'm just gonna... Don't worry, I got you. I like this. Okay, okay. Oh, the fucking scar. Okay. What voice? You look lost, little sparrow. His gaze is a violet crimson, one that sears through me, leaves me feeling raw and exposed. They're the same eyes I've seen over and over, first with Iris, now with the soul that's circling me, all bound by the sea spring's blood red. In the shroud of darkness behind him, shapes like massive tentacles twist and coil around the wooden beams. Tentacles, yes. Can't focus, the soulless growls ring in my ears. They're not advancing, but that could change at any second. Panic rises in my throat as I struggle to track them. Hey! Eyes on me. My stomach rolls as I tear my eyes away from the soulless. Oh, that was him speaking, my bad. Don't ignore someone who's talking to you. It's not polite. For a moment, anger knocks my fear aside. Who is this bastard? I'm kind of distracted by the soulless about to maul me. Only on my command. I love that he's labelled as bastard, that's funny. I scan the soulless again. They really aren't attacking, and are posturing more than anything else. You tamed them? Power of the sea spring. They're hungry, so they might bite. You could give me a reason to stop them. How about I didn't do anything wrong? Trespassing. And that's punishable by death? He gives a non-committal shrug. Expecting mercy was your first mistake. My voice stops in my throat. This bastard's terse coolness is both infuriating and terrifying. I rack my brain for a way to diffuse the situation. I need help. Okay, fine. I need help. I thought the sea spring could cure me somehow. My voice wavers pathetically. Honesty has never been my strong suit. He casts his head to the side, appraising me. But doesn't respond. I fidget nervously. I'm telling you I came here for help. Are you listening? Your hands. Alarm jolts through me. I hide my hands under my cloak. Show me. Why? Won't ask twice. Ooh. With a sharp exhale, I reluctantly hold out my bandaged hands. Are you getting off on this? Unwrap them. Heat rushes to my face and fire to my tongue. I should give him a piece of my mind. But no one is soulless or one command away from ripping me to shreds. Yet no matter how much I will myself to move, my body stays frozen in place. I stand there for a long, agonizing minute. My hands are trembling when I finally raise them. I know the skin beneath the wrappings all too well. The hideous, unnatural flesh I've grown to despise. I grip the edge of the bandages. Stop. With a weary sigh, the man slides off the beam and lands with a thud that shakes the panels underfoot. Ooh, man. Okay. He's a monster, tall and imposing, with a presence that commands the room like gravity. Lantern light sculpts his face in sharp, unforgiving lines. Subtle clinks of metal accompany each of his footsteps. The closer he gets to me, the faster my heart hitches. What does he want? Is he gonna kill me? I step backwards and find nothing to set my foot on. I'd forgotten my back was to the sea spring. I fall right before a warm hand catches my lower back. I'm hovering above the sea spring, the scent of smoke and leather enveloping me. Blazing eyes bore into mine. Told you to watch your step. I'm too stunned to muster a response. Like I weigh nothing, he guides me back to solid ground. Following a subtle gesture from his fingers, the soulless around us disperse and relax. The shift in their demeanor so abrupt it gives me whiplash. The enormous tentacles are no longer in the rafters, though now I doubt I ever saw them at all. Either way, I allow a breath of relief. Thanks. As focused on me as he was before, the monster pays no attention to me now. Why? He kicks some seating pillows out of the walkways, checks the contents of the kettle with a scowl. The sudden disregard is almost insulting. So, that's it? I'm not a threat anymore? Never were one. Then why'd you threaten me? People get honest when they're afraid. In other words, he was messing with me. I drag a hand over my face, exhausted by the fact that this is the second time a monster has provoked me today. You're Ace, aren't you? Depends who's asking. One of your friends told me this was your territory. She also said you were a gang leader. But there's no one else here. I thought there'd be more people. Ace picks up the kettle, walks to the edge of the sea spring, and dumps the contents into the endless red. They took a walk. His pleasant smile stretches ear to ear. Then, in an instant, it drops. I get the sense I shouldn't ask about that again. You said you came here for help. Depends. Can the sea spring cure a curse? Probably. You mean you don't know? No. He shakes out the empty kettle and starts collecting stray cups, tidying up. My frustration builds and I narrow my eyes at him in a questioning glare. When he notices, he returns it with an amused smirk. Are you being irritating on purpose? Listen, Sparrow. The sea spring can cure anything. Nothing's stopping you from trying it yourself. What do I have to do? Drink. I have to drink from the sea spring? My eyes glide to the blood-like pool beside us. The idea of ingesting the liquid makes my guts churn. Is there a price? Always. Ace taps his temple with a finger. You lose it a little bit. That's it? Might have already beat it to the punch. My humor earns me an amused fanged grin. This is a little different. When you drink from the sea spring, you forget who you are. Your mind combines with everyone who ever drank before. Humans, monsters, solace, one big happy family in your head. It's a hive mind. Ooh. Okay, that's interesting. My blood runs cold. I've heard of these before. Group minds. It's a hive mind. Just say hive mind. I thought they were just rumors. I've heard whispers of cults performing rituals to bind their members' minds together. It never seemed possible. But something tells me this is real, even if one thing doesn't add up. Your eyes are red too, but you obviously haven't forgotten who you are. Before I can finish my sentence, Ace strides past me towards the entrance. Time's up. Let's finish this later. Wait, already? You barely told me anything. Came on a bad day. I've got somewhere to be. There are still so many questions burning on the tip of my tongue, but my frustration spills out before I can ask any of them. I was told to come here for help, but instead I get threatened and kicked out. You're joking, right? Watch your tone. I'm nice, but you don't want to ruin the host's mood. Oh, damn. My skin prickles. The feeling of being watched washes over me again. My eyes dart back over to the sea spring. A lone ripple dances on the quiet surface. I take Ace's advice and clamp my mouth shut. Ace approaches a nearby soulless, a lanky dog like one with 6 legs and a crown of tendrils. Several sets of red eyes adorn its sides. Its forked tail wags rapidly when Ace squats beside it. He runs his fingers through the tendrils, scratches its chin, and pats its head. He has a dog. He has dog. Doggo. Woof woof. Okay. A gentle smile plays across Ace's lips. The affection he holds for the soulless is painfully clear. I dip my eyes away, my stomach fluttering at the tender sight. It's getting dark out, so this pretty girl will guide you back. Following a short whistle from Ace's lips, it trots over to the entrance, obediently, tail swaying. I watch the soulless warily. Pretty is not the word I would use to describe it, and the idea of it protecting me sounds absurd. If I decide to drink, how do I find you? Find someone with eyes like me. They'll point you in the right direction. But think it over. Once you drink, you can't go back. It's a lot to process, but I give a small nod. At least I know I have another option for a cure, as disturbing as it may be. I follow the soulless at a measured distance, and watch it nudge the giant doors open with ease. When I'm about to cross the threshold, I sneak one last glance behind me. My heart skips when I meet Ace's eyes. I'm about to snap my head away, but he just flashes me an easy smile. Till next time, Sparrow. I'll buy you a drink for scaring you. I don't trust myself to do anything but respond with another curt nod. Ooh, he's interesting. I don't know if I like him, though. Outside, more crimson-eyed soulless scuttle about. It's hard to believe it's the same threatening pack from before. They chase each other in circles, roll around in the bog's mud. I've never known soulless to play, let alone keep company with each other. They're usually territorial and hostile. Part of me is almost happy for them. Being alone in this world is a fate I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. And somehow the Sea Spring has given them a family. But now's not the time to be envious of bloodthirsty creatures. The soulless pay no attention to me as the dog-like one escorts me away. The dusk darkens the sky by the time we reach the sea. The soulless sits, canting its head at me with familiar crimson eyes. I think it wants something. Pet the dog! I've never encountered a soulless that likes to be pet, but I've never encountered a soulless that escorts people safely back to town either. I slowly reach out to the soulless, letting it sniff my closed fist so I don't startle it. But it just headbutts my knuckles, impatient and demanding. I let out a snicker. Okay. I carefully glide my fingers through the soulless tendrils and scratch beneath its chin, just like Ace had. Pushes into my palm in response, rumbling with a sound akin to a purr. The vibrations are soothing and almost healing my fatigue. When it's satisfied, the soulless spins around and scampers back in the direction where we came, vanishing into the darkness. I've just arrived in Iridia, but I've already encountered so many things I thought were impossible. Tamed soulless being one of them. My head spins, maybe I should call it a day. Nightfall creeps across the streets of Iridia. The city, labyrinthine, even in daytime, has now become a warren of treacherous alleyways. The streets are completely deserted. If I hadn't been out earlier, I would have thought this part of the city abandoned. My steps slow when I hear rustling in the dark. I strain my ears, but everything is still. Is the silence playing tricks on me? Ooh, red. I need to move. I draw my cloak close and move towards the nearest building to disguise my silhouette in the dark. It was quiet, wet sound, the sound of blood and flesh squelching. Something is out here on the streets with me. A soulless, a monster. I'm not quite sure which direction it came from, but I can't say either. I need to get somewhere safer. Though I keep my eyes sharp and listen intently, there's only the sound of my own footsteps. I know what I heard. As moments pass and nothing happens, I only grow more tense. I turn the next corner and my thoughts come screaming to a halt. My head spins, the world blurring, as adrenaline rushes through my veins. One thing is Only one thing is clear amidst the haze. Woo! He's back. Oh my gosh, guys, he came back for me. Hey. Hey. Hi. Smash. The soulless that attacked the caravan. It's crouched over a dark, indistinct shape, a body. A garland of intestines spilled from pallid flesh. Blood grouts the cobblestones. Holding my breath, I take a step backward. When the wet, slubbing sounds don't abate, I take another, and then another. Then a shard of glass crunches under my heel. So cliche. Oh my god. The world slows to a crawl as the soulless raises its head, blood dripping from its tendrils. Every single one of its bulging eyes fix unblinkingly on me. It's really here. It's come back for me. Run! I'm off like a shot, running for my life through the darkened streets. The soulless howls, its raspy voice harsh with hunger, and heavy footfalls pound after me. My heart thunders in my chest. I take turns at random, trying to lose the soulless in the maze of streets, but I can't seem to shake it. I can hear its breathing now, a wet, fluttering rasp, growing closer and closer. The same claws that severed my arm swipe out. I duck, saved by pure reflex, and skid around the corner only to freeze. A wall twice as high as me bars my way, a dead end. Behind me the soulless looms. It's enormous, taking up nearly the entire width of the alleyway. Its long, clawed tip limbs give the advantage of reach. I don't know if I can fight it. Can I? Okay, so here's the thing, right? This is fight or flight. Classic fight or flight. If MC is me, my instinct is always fight. I found this out. Whenever I'm in dangerous situations, I lash out. Like, my fists and my feet just start fucking swinging. So, I'm gonna choose fight back, because this is a fight or flight thing. And I'm definitely a fight person, so I may be cornered, but I'm not just going to lie down and accept my death. Despite the trembling of my fingers, I unwind my bandages. I just need to touch it. If I can touch it with my uncovered hands, I can pacify it. With an ear-splitting shriek, the soulless charges at me. I duck under its first swipe and twist away as it rakes down with the other arm. It hisses, frustrated. I see an opening and lunge. The soulless talons open my arm from shoulder to wrist. For a moment, I don't feel anything. Then pain explodes up my arm and through my body, and I reflexively flinch back. I don't get far. The soulless tail whips out, catching me at the ankles and sending me sprawling to the ground. Desperately, I raise my good hand in an attempt to defend myself, but its foot comes down hard on my shoulder. The tendons give way to the joint, dislocating it with a sickening pop. With both arms useless, I can only watch numb as it descends on me. I wish I could say it was quick and painless, that someone came to help me. But in the end, my only escape is death. I died? No fucking way. The end? Oh my god, I actually fucking died. That's so funny. Wow. Try to escape. Okay. Well, I got that. As the soulless prowls closer, my eyes dart from side to side, looking for an escape. The soulless is blocking the obvious way out, but right behind me there is a rickety door that must lead into the adjoining building. If I can get inside, the soulless's size will hinder any attempt to pursue me. I whirl, grabbing at the handle. It turns completely, the hinge is creaking as I push in, and I feel a flash of hope before the weight hits the door from the other side and slams it shut. The click of the lock turning is grimly final. In this wretched world, few people stick their neck out to help their own flesh and blood, never mind a stranger. The soulless gives a rasping hiss. It's the only warning I get before it lunges for me with a flash of claws. I hurl myself to the side, but the slick cobblestone betray me. I fall, sprawling over through the rough stone. As the soulless looms over me, I scramble away from it until my back hits the wall. There's nowhere left to go. It descends on me for the kill. but the impact never comes. Who? I warily crack one eye open, then another. Not sure whether I should believe what I'm seeing. A hooded figure crouches in front of me, one blood-stained hand outstretched. Interesting. Okay, we got ourselves a femboy. Moonlight slithers the edge of their stiletto knife. Their face and hands are splattered with blood. And the soulless. My eyes dart past my unexpected rescuer to the misshapen form behind them. The soulless many eyes, once restless and vibrant, now look dull and waxy. A red pool spreads slowly from under its body. Numb with shock, I can't help but stare. After all the people it's killed, after nearly killing me twice, I can hardly believe it's dead. I can't believe we fucking died. I can't believe we got that ending. That's crazy. What? Well, what voice am I gonna give him? I gingerly take the offered hand. The hunter's gaze dips my bandages. Pale lips part on the brink of a question, then close again. With strength belying their slight frame, they pull me upright. I can feel the tension in their grip. Their fingers tremble like they want to pull away. It's a sensation I'm all too familiar with myself. Despite their obvious discomfort, they pause for a moment, pale eyes sweeping over me. I'm not going to fall. When I shake my head, they hastily let go and back off, wiping the blood from their face and hands. Interesting. The hunter turns away from me, the heel of their boot hitting the soulless, gangly body. They lean over it, studying it intently. With their back to me, I realize their hooded silhouette is familiar. I saw them outside the Snobium. Vestigial or functional? I'm startled out of my thoughts when they speak, but they aren't looking at me. Can't all be processed in the brain. Its occipital lobes would have to be enormous. In fact, I don't think they're talking to me at all. Stay quiet. I linger to listen, curious despite myself. They move to the soulless's other side, still engrossed in their study of its many eyes. Sensory lag wouldn't be a problem, but how does it compensate all the neurological input? I wonder. Maybe they caught sight of me in their peripheral vision, or maybe they heard me shift slightly. The hunter jolts upright, wide eyes landing on me. You're still here. What do you want? I wanted to thank you. We should be polite. They saved our lives. I wanted to thank you. They stare at me, though their lips part. They seem to struggle to figure out what to say. Not used to hearing that? That hint of uncertainty almost vanishes under a scowl. Almost. You shouldn't need my help to begin with. Well, what do you think in travelling alone at night? This is far from the worst thing, haunting Lowtown. I can't make heads nor tails of them. First they save me. I can't make heads nor tails of them. First they save me, and now they scold me. Lesson learned. I could do without the lecture, though. To my surprise, they break eye contact. They frown, though their disapproval doesn't seem directed at me. If you're not going to run off screaming, you might as well wait until I'm done. Their attention glides back to the soulless's corpse. They examine it with an inscrutable expression. I clear my throat to fill the silence. I'm Porphyra. Min. Suddenly, Min tenses. Their blade flashes as they drive it into the back of the soulless's neck. The soulless thrashes once, letting out a rattling hiss as the air leaves its lungs. Min leans on the blade, driving it deeper and deeper until there's a sickening crunch, and the creature goes limp. My heart thuds in my chest. I must have been clinging to life by a thread. Min straightens up, withdrawing their blade in a single smooth motion. Better to put wretched things like this out of their misery. They calmly clean the blood from their knife. I swallow, my eyes still glued to the cooling corpse. Why is a soulless inside the city? Min looks at me, eyes searching before realization dawns. You're new here. There's no walls around the city. Soulless can come and go as they please, until someone is contracted to stop them. The Snobium's patrols don't bother to protect Lowtown. Not anymore. Let me guess, you're not a fan of the Snobium? I wouldn't go that far. Either way, looks like I owe you. Min's brow abruptly furrows, and they sheath their knife, motioning for me to follow. It's not safe here. The vultures can smell death. I'm not quite sure what they mean, but I don't want to stay lost in the city. A trail behind them as they stride down the street. If it's so dangerous, why are you helping me? I came for the bounty on that soulless, and you were in the way. Not killing you isn't the same as helping you. Don't count on being so lucky again, or you'll be dead by sunrise. Their answer is stingingly harsh. I hold my hands up, trying to forestall any more snippy comments. Alright, I get it. I'd love to get out of your way, but I'm sort of lost. I just need directions back to my lodgings. Their brow furrows slightly. They open their mouth, and for a moment, I could swear they look regretful. They sigh and shake their head. It's too dangerous at this hour. I'll take you to wherever you're staying. I wasn't expecting to get directions, given their attitude. When they realize I'm staring, they look away with a huff. It'll be faster, that's all. I have a room at the Wetwick. At the name, Min's face falls. That gaudy cesspit. Not a fan? It's full of drunks and idiots. What do you think? True. It doesn't seem like their kind of place. Well, that's where I'm staying. You taking back your offer? Min exhales sharply and shakes their head. This way. Okay. Escort. Nice. Min's route is completely different from my slow early morning meandering. Their steps are swift and sure, even though all the streets blur together in the dark. You know the city pretty well. I grew up here. I think that's the first thing they've told me voluntarily since we met. Was it always like this? Min's gaze wanders, dragging along the dingy buildings. I struggled to decipher their expression. Regret? No, Aridia was never perfect, but it used to be a place worth living in. I can't make heads or tails of Min's answer. Aridia is the last bastion of humanity in this wasteland. Where else is worth living? The Wetwick's not much further now. In no time at all, the shadowy alleys of Lowtown give way to brightly lit avenues and crowds of lively people. It's as if half the city is poured into the Amaryllis district's colourful streets. Amaryllis is a flower and it's pretty. Laughter, clinking glasses, music is on my ears from every direction. Yeah, most of the noise comes from the Wetwick. Stores hang wide open. Bright lanterns frame a tall and familiar figure. Yay! It's Crush! Kurosh. It's Kurosh. Porphyra and Min, I see. I've forgotten the voice I gave him, so sorry. It's hard to say which of us is more surprised. You know each other? Min is a freelancer who's done a few errands for me. What the fuck did I do for his voice? Min is a freelancer who has done a few errands for me. They're quite reliable. Though I can't say I remember you ever escorting travellers. Porphyra nearly walked into the jaws of a soulless. I thought bringing him here would be less trouble. If you're staying here, I take Leander was able to help you. As it happens, I was also heading that direction. Shall we? Ugh, fine. He still owes me for yesterday's work. Min drags their feet reluctantly, trailing me into the tavern. I'm getting tired, guys. I think we might have to save. The first time I've saved and I've been playing for hours. 3.5 hours I've been playing. So there we go. I've had to save. I think we're gonna call it here. Oh boy. Okay, yeah. Let's save and let's tap out. So let's see who we can raid. Who's live? Lots of people alive. Okay. Ooh, Harmony is playing Backrooms. Let's raid Harmony. Let's get the raid message. So make sure you copy and paste that so Harmony knows that you're not a rando and that you're from my stream. Remember that when we go into other people's chats, read their chat rules, be respectful, don't be a dick. Let me make sure I'm spelling his name right. I am, okay. Okay. Let's raid Harmony and I will see you next time. Bye bye.